right now you're being aggressive, right? So you're violating my Third Amendment right because I'm quartering with an enemy combatant.
It is what it is. From disinformation, we all live for twisted sensations. Kids are safe, but too well behaved to feel. Never heal with the fakes. Go make something real. If what you've always believed in was not considered treason, business will be booming, writing news with no meaning. Take it or leave it, the way you see it is the end result. Angels and demons.
What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing good. What's up, Billy? Hello, Lemon Kush. Aaron, what's up? No, only one. Hopefully there's only one. What's up? I wonder if there are doppelgangers out there. That's a very good question. And completely off topic. But still, I wonder how many people. Do you guys believe that there are doppelgangers out there for everybody? Is there a second Gary out there? Is there a second Mrs. J? Is there a second Lavender out there? Is there a second or third Cliff? Are they all going to do battle in the octagon and find out only one Cliff survives? Is one Cliff a judo expert while the other one knows kickboxing or something? I'm going to go ahead and put up the link because we're going to do an ink blot test, and I want people up here to take this because this will be interesting. There can only be one. So yeah. What's up, Timmy? Timmy, you gonna come up here and take the ink blot test too? So we're gonna do it. The Drop Bears take on the Survivors. There we go. What's up, Mrs. J? Oh, never mind. She was here and then she left. What's up, Stud? What's up, Lavender?
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. So what do you think? Do you think there are
Doppelgangers?
Hello.
What's up, Gary?
Hey.
What's up, Mrs. J?
Lavender,
Mama
are you okay?
Yeah?
Well, we were there tacos and you just disappeared. I didn't know what happened.
The internet's spotty right now since the
Oh,
hurricane. So
okay.
I kept losing internet service.
Yeah. Okay.
That'll do it.
I just want to make sure.
Yep.
That'll definitely do it. Spotty internet.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to worry you.
You had him worried. Right. He was sitting there waiting in the backstage area and you didn't show up. You What's up, Sasquatch?
We could
everybody.
always go back there.
Hey, Mama J, how are you feeling?
A little bit better.
So who here is actually
good enough to get on? Sorry.
Who has taken the Rorschach test before? Anybody?
Oh, I have.
You have?
Yeah.
How'd you do?
I have.
I just gave them the same answer every time.
And did they catch on to what you were doing?
Yeah.
What did they think of
that? Well, it was when I was in the Air Force, and they said that's enough. You can go ahead. You can go back to work now.
You're like, I ain't got time for this nonsense. So, Mrs. J, you said you also took it before?
Yeah, I took it.
You don't sound too thrilled about it.
Well, I was having... it was after my car accident, and I was having memory issues. And to be honest with you, the tests... this is going to sound, I don't know, vain or arrogant, but the tests were below me. I mean, they were stupid. Does that make sense?
Well, it does seem stupid, but I guess there's some theories behind it. I don't know how sound the theories are, but there are theories. Just like I'm sure a lot of people
kind of.
I'm sure a lot of people think
blew the theories out of the water.
Well, you got to kind of take it seriously when you take it, or else, like Gary here, who just kind of gave the same answer. That's not taking it seriously at all.
Gary's a smart ass. I took it serious in the beginning,
Yeah, right.
but then when I realized what they were doing, I'm just like, yeah, okay, I'm done with this. It was like, how can I explain it? It's like every test. Like they used to test you before you could get in a job in a freaking department store, or the tests for school. They give you the same fucking questions. They just mix it up a little
Well, no, the
to
Rorschach
get
test
the
is a lot
same
different.
answer.
But the Rorschach test is
Huh?
a lot different. The Rorschach test is a lot different from those type of tests, though.
Well, it wasn't that
Lot
much different.
Sure, it is. I don't remember
I
taking the
saw
picture. I don't remember.
butterflies and
I know. I don't remember seeing tests like that when I was going to school. It's a lot different from those tests.
no.
But yeah, I mean, it might be silly.
Son, I
It might be
understand.
silly. It might be silly. It might be silly, but I think it has some merit. So
Well, I think they're a
Yeah.
lot different now. But those memory tests were they did the Rorschach for the memory to see, just because I was having memory issues. So I imagine there's different types of it too. But the ink blots were fun. I actually wanted to go, and say some evil things about what I seen, but I behaved.
Because think about it, it's not just for memory. I mean, psychologists take it to see, to get the inner workings of your mind. So it's not just about the memory. There's there's like I said, there's different theories on not only just the effectiveness of the Rorschach test, but how it's implemented. Like from what
Oh
I've seen with
well,
most psychologists.
like you see sex on the ceiling, but I behaved.
Yeah, think about
I
this. Like
didn't.
a memory one is like, oh yeah, they're having sex. Oh yeah, they're having sex. Oh yeah, that guy's killing that person. Oh, stuff like that. So that kind of reveals a darker perspective to your mind, which has some, which again has nothing to do with memory. But I guess you had one geared towards memory, which is interesting. I didn't know they had Rorschach tests geared towards memory.
Yeah, it wasn't anything special.
Eric Brandt should have remembered that one.
What?
He didn't learn to shut the fuck up in court. He got a 10-day sentence for direct contempt.
Oh,
Good for him.
Stupid is as stupid does.
Yep.
Sometimes that's just how it be.
Nice saying.
Not to mention the fact that he had a failure to appear because he was in jail while they had a warrant for his arrest. So
he got a failure to appear because he was in jail. That's kind of fucked up. That's kind of fucked up. Not his fault.
Well, they came and they booked him at lunchtime today, and when they was hooking him up, Eric said, "Fuck you, pig." Well, the judge took exception to that, gave him contempt, and gave him 10 days because I guess Eric was having his jury trial. I don't know how the rest of the jury trial went, but if it went as good as it did before, I'd say Eric kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it definitely behooves you to not say "fuck you" to a judge or a cop.
Well, no, it wasn't to a judge. It was to the deputy that was hooking him up.
Oh, okay.
And then Eric kept talking over the judge. When the judge was trying to give him a break and say, if you just shut up, we'll get you processed in and out, and you can come back and, it'll all be done. But he couldn't shut the fuck up.
Oh. Wow.
I have to admit, I was laughing my ass off.
Wow. Oh, that definitely happens. People are stupid. All right. So you guys ready for the Rorschach test? Let's do this.
All right.
Yes. Everyone sounds so excited.
Woo!
That's
I
better.
already know my answer.
All right. Come on. Let's try and take this. Let's try and
I
take this
already know
seriously.
my answer too.
No. If you're not going to take it seriously, there's no point in doing this.
No,
I'm trying to
I
do.
want to
all
do it.
right.
I've never done it.
I'll be taking it serious.
I already made
Well,
one
because I'm trying.
psychiatrist quit. I can do
Well,
another.
I'm trying to introduce things that are different and give people a break from what's going on right now. So let's help me out here a little bit. All right. Is that big enough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So there's the first one. What do you see?
A
I see
goat.
birds.
Two
Hold on.
two angels.
There's. All right. Here we go. So I see a face in the card. Scary face in the card. Things look like they're whirling around in the card. It looks like we're looking down on people or something in the card. I see a mask in the card. I don't see a mask either. I see a flower in the card. Some sexual imagery in the card. And then optional.
Going optional.
Optional. I
Optional.
see two angels. I see two angels and I see two rearing Pegasuses. Pegasus.
I,
Plural for Pegasus.
I see either two like fox heads, back to back, or just one goat.
See, I was
Okay.
going to say go, but that would be too obvious for me.
That guy in the movie, The Watchmen,
Oh yeah, the wild Rorschach. Yep.
Rorschach. That's who I see.
Rorschach. All right, Gary, what do you see?
Two birds.
Ah, two birds. Taco, what do you see?
A shield.
A shield. Okay. What do I see? I see like some dude that's like diving down on someone from above, like they're gonna fucking dive bomb him with his hands all out, kind of like Coral. Literally, I mean, well, just because of the way because down there you see some of the 2 feet, the arms are all outstretched, and he got the curvy the head. They're like he's got shoulder pads on too. It looks like. That's what I
Well,
see.
what's the big gray part?
Well, clearly
That's him.
Kenny's an aggressive person.
Well, I'm just saying. That's what I
Is
see.
there a right answer?
No, there isn't.
Is there a right answer? Yeah.
No, there is. This,
That's what I
everyone sees
thought.
what they want to see.
Then it's all of the above. It's a goat head.
I see what you
It's
see.
two angels
It's all
dancing.
It's all to gauge into your personality.
Yeah. So what do we?
Well,
What
I'm
do
a
we want?
psychopath.
What do we want to say it is to see what answer we get? We'll pick one.
A goat.
It's optional.
Optional what?
But you gotta
Optional.
type something in, huh?
You have to write
Period.
something in. You have to
A
write
goat.
something in.
A
You have
goat.
to write something in.
A
Hold
Rorschach.
on. Okay, I
goat.
just, this is we got to vote here. Come on. What do
It's Rorschach with the
Goat.
changing faces.
Gary? What do you think?
A goat.
Gary. I said Gary, not Mr. J. I said Gary.
Bite me. Bite me.
It was just cutting out a little bit there. What was the question?
Optional. It's like we have to put down something that we see. What do we see? What are we going to agree upon? We see.
Oh, optional.
Okay.
A very angry person.
See, this is all we. You guys understand? We have to come together on one answer.
Wouldn't that be a mask then? Which was one of the options on there.
Yeah, I guess let's go with mask in a car because that kind of fits everyone's everything, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Look at that.
Taco with
mask.
the save. All right, next one.
Do you want my first opinion?
Yep.
Is that what you're supposed to give your first idea?
Yes.
Yep.
Because as I stare at them, it morphs. Okay, my first opinion is two old ladies arguing.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Lavender.
I see a CAT scan of the brain. As it slices, the eyes are coming out and everything.
Gary.
I see two chefs, and they're arguing over Let's see. They're arguing over what part of. Who's the British chef guy? What's his name?
Ramsey?
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay. They're arguing over which part of Gordon Ramsay they want to cut in two.
Sasquatch, what do you see?
I see two people fighting.
Oh, okay. I see. It looks like two foxes on top of a tree stump. Looks like they're praying. I don't know. That's what I see.
You ready,
Okay.
you ready for me?
Go ahead, Taco. What you got?
Go, Taco.
I see a sad Jerry Garcia.
A sad Jerry Garcia.
I
Okay.
see it.
All right. So what are we gonna say it is? It looks like a bunny rabbit head, elongated, an X-ray, especially that part near the bottom. Someone actually said that. CAT scan. I mean, it looks like spilled ink that was blotted. Okay. Looks like two distorted Eskimos playing patty cake. It does. It looks like a giant open mouth about to devour me. Well, that's dark. It looks like a tunnel into another dimension, or maybe New Jersey. Where's Diver? All right. So obviously, I guess we're gonna say optional. What are we gonna say on this one?
Oh,
Well,
none of the
optional
options were
two
dirty
people
hippie.
fighting. No, two people fighting. There's three people that said that. Different people, but still.
People fighting.
Let's see. Okay, people fighting. I guess. There you go. You happy, Mrs. J?
Yes, because I'm right.
There is no right answer. All right, here we go. Next one.
I got it.
Oh man, I can't say.
I got it. I got it.
No comment. No comment.
Why can't you comment?
No comment.
Oh, geez, yeah, I see what you're saying. I see it now. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeVille.
I got this one.
All right.
What is it?
It is two ballerinas that are being attacked by chickens, and they're arguing over the purse they just stole.
Okay, that's a good one.
I had two male ballerinas in the bathroom crossing streams.
And I think it looks like the bottom half of like a chicken laying on its back.
Oh.
The chicken feet and the tail.
Yeah, I got you. Mrs. J?
She can't see the ballerinas peeing now.
I seen the two ballerinas to begin with, but I couldn't figure out what the thing in the middle was.
And now you can't see them peeing.
I got an answer for that.
Yeah. What?
What are you gonna say first? I'm gonna be last.
Two ballerinas doing something.
All right, so two ballerinas.
I don't know what.
Sasquatch, what do you see?
I see a chicken that had a bad experience with the M80.
See?
I also see a chicken, but my chicken is kind of spread, got his legs spread, looking under like, Farmer John, I'm ready.
Oh, you're not right.
Kenny,
Farmer
you're
John's
sick. Okay, Kenny, that's sick.
That's what the bottom thing. It's his head.
That's not right.
It's his head looking between its legs and looking at Farmer John.
Oh my God, I can't unsee it. I can't unsee it now. Yes, now I see it. Oh,
that is one depressed chicken. Looks more of a pigeon.
I think the M80.
That's a pigeon.
I think the bad experience with the M80 is better.
It also reminds me of a skull in the middle.
Yeah, it kind of does. You're right. Kind of does.
It's a pigeon who just saw like 8 of its flight mates just get hit by a van.
Oh, geez, yeah. What's up, Josiah? What do you see?
Hello, Kenny.
What do you see?
I don't know. I just sort of tuned in. Are inkblots still valid anymore?
I don't know, but
In here they are.
We're just having
Here they
fun.
are. Okay.
Having fun. And we're also just, especially.
I think they're rather, subjective. I don't know what I see in here other than being led by Taco, seeing the 2 ballerinas. I mean, so.
You don't see the chicken?
How about my chicken
Well,
with a bad experience with the M80?
I can see the chicken feet or whatever in the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
and I can agree with Sasquatch on his M80, and so it's like, I don't know.
I win.
You win.
All right, so here we go. We got, it looks like double amputees dancing. Huh. Looks like the
I
coast of
love
Italy.
pudding.
Wouldn't that
It looks like the
be
coast of
two
Italy.
one-legged men in an ass-kicking contest?
Yeah, it looks like a pair of one-legged cannibals fighting over a victim. Holy shit, it does. That's funny. It looks like I love pudding. I don't get that one, but okay. It looks like a RLFP DNA test result with a phenotype split. Wow, okay. Looks like Satan's head, the white part in the middle. Can't you see it? It looks like smudges or maybe an ink blot. Yeah. I guess everyone sees a chicken, so we're going to go with something chicken, right? I like the chicken with blown up by M80. Let's go with that one.
Yes. Score. No,
Sadistic.
bad experience with the M80.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. Well, I don't think. All right. Oh, what the hell is this? Ooh, that,
3 people dancing.
I was going to say
3
Britain.
drunks. Britain. It's not quite how Britain is shaped.
I was going to say a Pokemon.
what's up, Dolce? A Pokemon. Okay. What do you see, Lavender?
I see a runway model with an extravagant like headdress that comes down on the sides.
Oh, cool.
Well, now that she said that, I see
I know.
what are those dancers? Those dancers in Las
dancers?
Vegas.
Yeah.
No, the dancers in Las Vegas.
Like
Showgirl.
course,
That was
like
my
girls.
first
Showgirl.
impression when
Yeah,
I saw it.
showgirl.
Yeah, a model walking, or some woman or whatever with a very extravagant dress on.
Mhm.
Taco, what do you see?
I said a Pokemon.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Josiah, what do you see?
I don't
You've
know.
been gaming too much, man.
I know.
Oh, damn, how blind Justice sees his wife. That's horrible. That's horrible.
That is awesome.
Oh. Wow.
A drunk, I love it, Vlad. A drunk Christmas tree.
Christmas tree.
Nice. So what do you got, Josiah? What do you see? What do you see? What do you see?
I really don't. I don't know what to say. I mean, it means nothing to me. It's just an ink blot.
Then there's what you see. You see ink blot.
Yeah.
I see a group of creatures posing for a selfie.
A group of
Cool.
creatures.
I see. That could be.
Yeah, they're all, one's in the middle. It's got its hands. The other 2 are coming all close and posing for the selfie. That's what I see.
It's
See,
like the
that
final.
wasn't too bad.
It's like the final form of every villain in every anime.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh shit! So Laura sees Roadkill. Nick sees I guess you're thinking RuPaul.
RuPaul.
All right, so I think we're gonna go with the chat. This one we're gonna go with drag queen, flamboyant
Awesome.
drag queen, because I think most people that's what they see. So we're gonna say
Okay.
they get that one.
I thought you were going to go with the Blind Justice one.
Yeah, but no. That's a good one though. All right, what do you see here? Oh, this is the same. That's the same one from earlier, isn't
That's
it?
a bat.
Yeah, that's a
Bat.
serious bat.
Very serious.
I
Ah,
agree.
crap!
That is
I'm
a bat.
Batman.
Like a dragon.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking Batman.
I'm Batman.
A
I'm
dragon.
Superman.
That's no way.
Oh,
Hell,
I'm
that's
Batman.
Superman. God damn it, Gary.
I'm
Always gotta be
I'm
different.
Batman.
I'm Batman.
Dad? Is that my dad? God damn it, Gary.
I'm
Oh,
Nightwing.
holy shit. Batman is not even an answer there. A bat
Just-
is not an answer at all. That's crazy.
That's BS.
What answers are on there?
I see Satan's is filled with the evil, burning hatred for my soul. Okay.
Wow.
I can see that.
Somebody
I
who
can see-
picks that really has problems.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously.
Maybe
I see a-
Somebody's got bad
Mothman.
conscience.
see a fluffy bunny rabbit. I that's an evil looking bunny rabbit if that's a bunny rabbit.
I see a dragon.
I see a
Bunny
big naughty
rabbit.
I see a big naughty shape at the top in the center. Yeah. Okay. It looks like a guy that was hit by a bullet train going 5 million miles an hour.
That I could see.
it. I see it.
I'll go with
I
that
do
one.
see that.
I'll go with that one.
This blot doesn't really look like any. That's Gary's answer, right? It looks like a
Yes.
Teletubby, maybe Poe, that was run over by a Sherman tank. It does look like, yeah, because it's just kind of like got ran over, so it's flat. It looks
It's a
like you
bat.
just threw ink on a paper and then folded it. Yeah, I think everyone. Well, let's see. Does everyone agree? I see a bat for sure. What is
Oh,
Yeah.
It's
what's everyone else
definitely a
see?
bat.
Tim Berry sees an orgy. Dragon. Of course, Tim would see an orgy.
Yeah.
Pelvis. Donnie Dark. Oh, yes, that does kind of look like Donnie Darko. Nice. Vlad in bat form. A horned beast with wings. Like Batman, right? That's gotta be.
That's a dragon.
A bat.
I can see
Batman.
the person's. I can see the person splattered one.
Yeah, I see the splattered one too. I see the splattered Pokemon. That's funny.
It kind of looks like maybe two rams coming together too, hitting their
So now we-
horns.
Yeah, but now we're giving too much thought, so we have to pick one. And it's
I'm
probably
going
one of
with.
the earlier
I'm
ones.
sticking with bat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we'll go with bat. Let's go with bat.
Bat.
Next. All right.
That's one of those like Japanese like masks with the funny face.
Yeah, that's pretty.
He
That's what
looks
Taco
sad.
said. What do you?
Yeah,
what do you
he
see,
he
Valerie?
looks sad. He looks sad.
Well, what is it?
That's a sad mask.
Lavender, you say that too?
It's a sad, like, cartoon creature thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gary, what do you see?
The sad mask.
Okay. Sasquatch, what do you see?
Clown with a crown.
Okay.
Okay.
Taco?
I was the one that said a like a Japanese mask.
Oh yeah, you're right. Josiah.
Jack-o'-lantern carving.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm gonna go with a very sad looking Grinch from the How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Ah, yes. I see that.
Yeah, definitely looks like the Grinch is very sad. Like when, right before his heart was about to grow.
The Grinch has 4 arms.
Oh my god, that's horrible, Nick. Brian Sessions vagina Grinch.
Brian Sessions.
Oh my god. Sad clown. Oh yeah, there we go. Monster from Space Jam. That's a good one, Yoda.
Vlad has a good one.
Yep, looks like himself. It kind of does. A clown. So yeah, Master of Twilight. Yep. Oh yeah, there's a lot of good answers. We are. You know what this test is confirming? We are all warped.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. I have all my mental faculties in perfect condition.
Do you know what they use
Yeah.
these tests for?
What?
They're all of like personality and emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To see how
All
much electroshock therapy you receive.
Yeah, and they
Excellent.
don't and it only like they're not even valid anymore. They really don't tell you anything. It's the interpretation of the person, and then it's validated by whoever is evaluating it.
That's true.
So you're at their mercy.
So this is just for fun, though, you know.
Oh, I know, but I had to look it up. I'm thinking like Rorschach's ink blot test. What are they still used for?
All right, so here's the answers they think it is. This card gives strong yearnings for members of my sex. Okay. I see a monster swooping down to eat a helpless puppy dog. How could they have not seen that in the last one? It was Batman. Fuck you all. It looks like people having sex seen from below. Not that I know. Really? Okay. Looks like you folded the card top to bottom this time. I see that. Yeah. It looks like a pulsing heart ripped from the chest of its victim. No, really. Wow, that guy is fucking dark. It looks like something a brain damaged kid would draw in art class. That's just wrong. Looks like a lawyer with his arms out demanding money. Okay. So what are we gonna say? What's a group consensus answer here?
Wow.
Optional.
Obviously. But what?
Sad clown.
Show it again. Show it again.
Sad clown. Yeah.
I would say more
Show
of
it
a clown.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely
That's
a clown.
a sad face.
Well, yeah, that's what we're all going.
I would
for,
just say
that clown.
sad face.
That's what sad face is. All right. There's the
How many of there are these?
10.
10.
God, you getting bored already, Taco?
Yeah.
I'm bored all this time. I thought it was Vertigo. Okay. Speak for yourself. The doctor said doing really well now. Oh, well, good. So apparently they do. This, what do you see?
4 balancing camels.
Okay. Oh, I see that. Yeah. Lavender, what do you see?
They're a dinosaur orgy.
That looks like a pagan head, a pagan goat head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I take it back. It's a dinosaur orgy.
All right, Gary, what do you see?
Well, I see 2 T-Rexes, and they're on their prey.
That's a good one, Gary. That's a good one.
That are on 2 raptors that are on their prey.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one, Yoda. Ooh, Laura, that's a good one too. Mr. J, what do you see?
Well, similar to what she just said, I see two people in some sort of fancy garb about to fight, complete with their shadows.
Okay, I see the people now.
I see the people too. Good one. Sasquatch, what do you see?
Birds.
Birds. Okay. Josiah, what do you see?
I have no opinion on it. I don't want to be judged.
No, you got to say it. Come on. We're all friends here. We're all friends here.
I know. I just don't. I don't see things like that.
Okay.
And I'm good. I'm the type of person, like, how people will, show things like pick out. They'll have a whole string of A's or E's or whatever, and you have to find the one that isn't. Like, I can pick those out real quick. But this, I don't know. I see the devil.
Okay. Diver, what do you see?
I see a ceremonial mask.
Oh, Oh, I see that too now. Laura, what do you see? The Tai Chi,
I
right?
said about the Tai Chi. Tai Chi, yeah.
Yeah, see, I see two like place kickers about to try and kick the same football. That's what I see.
Okay.
Yeah, I see that.
Man, your eyes are fucked up.
It's not the eyes, it's the gray matter between the ears.
All right. So the answers that it wants us to have are really, it looks like a bat.
Now it
we
has
see
a bat. What the
Now it
fuck?
has a bat. Looks like a bat, no weight, a dog. No, I mean a cat. Oh, hell, I give up. Okay, so it doesn't know. Looks like two evil garden gnomes conspiring with each other. Oh, no, not really. I don't get that one. It looks like, well, something, kind of blobby and all. Okay. Looks like a giraffe in a bathtub filled with brightly colored machine tools. Okay. Looks like conflict between my id and my repressed super ego or something. Oh, Lavender's back. We lost you.
Sorry,
All
I
right,
dropped
so
my
also,
iPad.
heck, I'm drawing a blank on this one. Can I get a hint? It looks like a fractal image that some bozo whipped up in Photoshop. So none of those answers are really good. What do we want to go?
He's a goat.
I like the garden gnome.
Who said the
garden gnome
dinosaurs?
then?
I
I
can see
say birds.
dinosaurs.
I see birds. I think birds is a good answer. Or the Tai Chi was a good one too, because just look. I see the people. I can't stop seeing the people now. First, I couldn't
Right.
stop seeing the birds, but
And
now
that's
I can't
why
stop seeing
that's
the
why I go
people.
with the garden gnomes, because at least they're semi people.
Yeah.
Wow.
I see two people about to fight
Yeah,
in
let's
their
go with the
shadows.
people fighting. Let's do that. Tai Chi masters. That's not right.
TAI. There you go.
Thank you, Taco.
Well, you're the one that spelled it wrong.
I slipped up on a finger. God damn it! Don't judge me. Oh God.
A
First
boat.
thought is. Oh, I know that looks for me. I'm sticking with it. I don't care what
Pirate
the
ship.
answers are.
Pirate ship head on.
All right.
All right.
Chimpanzee
Gary.
with a blindfold on.
Lavender, what do you see?
I see the alien, like from Alien Resurrection. It opens
Oh
its
yeah,
mouth.
yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Gary, what do you see? I'm afraid to ask. What do you see, Gary?
Let me see here. I see two. I'm going to say ladies with their legs, one leg up in the air, and they are balancing themselves on a hip bone that has a bird in the middle.
Okay, fucking Tim, we know where your mind's at. Every answer is an orgy for Tim. Mrs. J, what do you
Hmm. This one's difficult. I must say, though, I did see the pirate ship, sort of. But then my brain went evil because that bottom half looks like hip bones.
okay.
Looking at a pelvis.
That's what I see as a pelvis when I first saw it was.
But I don't see any legs. I see a pelvis, I see boobs, and I see hair with an itsy bitsy tiny head there up there someplace.
So it's the next evolution. It's the next evolution of the human form.
Yeah, I'm sadistic. What can I say? That's a woman without any legs.
Who needs the legs?
Agreed.
Yeah, they just get in the way.
Sasquatch, what do you see?
I see a hornet's face.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Or ostrich head. I can see that now too. Taco.
The pirate ship.
Which side?
I saw pelvis when I first looked at it. That was it. That was
Laura, what do you see?
Okay, initially I saw an upside down monkey, but then I saw two creatures crawling up the sides of a 3-tier cake.
Okay.
Quite a long pause there.
Lavender, what do you see?
I told you the alien
Okay.
predator thing.
I see Donkey Kong having to sit in the corner after fucking with Mario. He's got his back to you. His back. He's kind of just pouting in the corner.
You assholes
Okay.
are playing too many video games.
Well, first I was going to say, and only Taco would get this reference. Jojo.
You know,
Jojo.
Ken, this test is in color also.
Is there a color test? That
There's
probably makes a lot
yes,
difference.
the color
I bet you that makes
gives you a totally different outlook on what you see.
Absolutely. We gotta find the color test. That'll be fun. All right. It looks like a leaf climbing up a cave wall. I don't see that. It looks like something very sexy. Hey. That's Tim's answer. I think this is the same as card 4 or maybe 5. No, not even. Hey, look, it looks like a Wrigley on Brain Eater from Star Trek. Well, Maxwell's wife said Star Wars, so kind of close to Star Trek, right? Looks like that guy in American Idol. You know which one I mean. Looks like a chest X-ray. Yeah, that's it, a chest X-ray. It looks like the death reaching out of my mortal soul. Oh my god. I hope whoever answers all the questions that are really dark, they like send an email out to like everyone and say, go check on this fucker. All right, so option's gonna be optional, right? It's gotta be optional.
It does predict your personality.
Yeah. So what do we? What's the consensus? What do we see, guys?
Hornet face.
I do like a hornet face. It does look like a hornet face, or an ostrich. I like the ostrich head too.
No, don't look like
Pelvis. Woman
Pirate ship.
pelvis.
You guys know what consensus means, right?
Yeah.
It means we all say our answers again until none of us agree.
It's a hornet's face.
Pirate ship.
Right. Gary, what do you think?
Woman's pelvis. Woman's pelvis.
Oh, a hornet's face. You bumped your head.
Could be a snake head too.
Brain bleed? I don't know.
Back of a gorilla.
See, he's pouting. Oh,
I
he's
totally-
pouting. I like that one.
It
I
could be the back of
totally
a gorilla
see
too.
a chimpanzee with
Howdy.
sunglasses on now.
Glasses, really?
I see
Oh
the
my
back of
god,
a
I kind of
gorilla.
see that too. Yeah, that's actually the back of a gorilla too.
Looks like a chimpanzee with the sleep block.
Yeah, mask.
Sleep
But
mask on.
since we can't, let's let audience decide on this one. Since no one here is willing to come to.
It's a cyber monkey.
It's emo.
It's emo. All right, so we need your
It's a
help, guys.
cyber monkey.
We
It
need you
could be
guys
a chimpanzee with a virtual set on.
We need you guys.
It's
we need you guys
Robo
to tell us
Monkey.
what this is, because obviously no one up here is agreeing on anything. So if someone says Donkey Kong. Do you agree Donkey Kong? Give me a 1 if you agree Donkey Kong. Okay. I don't think anyone agrees it's Donkey Kong. Oh no, there's a delay, that's right. Ooh, Top Harvard Dinosaur Skull. Yeah, that's a good one. So they're not getting they have to agree either. Oh, so Tim gives me a 1, Nick gives me a 1. Okay, since that's the only thing we're gonna go with since let's see. Anyone else? What else do you guys see?
Let's just go Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah, just go Donkey Kong. Ha! I win. Fuck. Fuck that
bullshit.
That's serious.
Can we at least put Donkey Kong on a boat?
Is this a consensus of the personalities on the screen?
we let the chat decide that one, and the only thing that everyone else is too quiet. And Kong, so we went with Donkey Kong. All right, here we go. What we got here? Next to the last one. Ooh, that's a tough one.
Two cowboys back to back lighting cigarettes.
Oh, that's a good one.
Wow.
I go with the two cowboys back to back.
All right, Gary, what do you see?
Kneeling.
Gary, what do you see?
I see
Yeah, see,
two
they all agree
birds
it's a monkey. Two birds.
that are
Angry Birds?
yeah, two angry birds right on top,
Yeah.
and below them are I can't make it out. I'll just go with the two
Fucking
birds.
Tim. Fucking Tim.
I just
Goddamn
from
Tim.
the Victorian era.
Depraved. You depraved motherfucker, you.
Oh god.
Miss Jerry said what she said. Sasquatch, what do you see?
I see an ink blot.
Okay.
I don't see nothing in it.
All right. Josiah, what do you see? I'm sorry, Taco, what do you see?
Yeah.
I'm still
Tom
pissed from the
Cruise.
last round.
What do you see, Taco?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Josiah, what do you see?
An ink blot. I don't see anything in it.
Tom
Diver, what do you
Cruise,
see?
really?
Yeah,
Doesn't it look like Tom
Diver, what do you
Cruise?
see?
Yeah, he's an ink blot.
No.
Diver, what?
I don't know. Maybe an alien or a somebody in a kabuki costume.
Oh, that's a good one.
He's
Laura,
bowing
what
down
do
to Zenyu.
I only have
Laura, what?
30
An orgy.
plays, so
Oh, damn it, Tim.
No. No, it looks like one of those Japanese characters with the.
The only thing that I
Is it like
developed
Mickey or something?
printing before
Okay, that's interesting.
text have started to say.
Josiah, can you mute your mic?
Oh, sorry.
Lavender, what do you see? Oh, you're a second voice. Never mind. I see two gargoyles that are kind of like, it's like a corner of a building and there's two gargoyles on either side. That's what I see. Yeah, not nearly as good as your guys's.
No.
That's what I see.
It's two
Not
kneeling
bad.
cowboys. It's two kneeling cowboys.
Well,
It's
I can see
actually
what I want to see.
okay. It's actually it's
Two
Mario Kart.
gargoyles on the edge of a building holding their dicks.
It's Mario on a go-kart from above.
It's what?
It's Super Mario on a go-kart from above.
Oh, holy shit, it is. Look at that. It does. That's cool. All right, so it looks like a monster. Hold me, I'm scared. Okay. I see 9 bits. LOL, LOL. It looks like an action pattern of light and dark things. I don't know, but I wouldn't want to meet it in a dark alley. It looks kind of like my wife first thing in the morning. I must kill them all. Kill them and then what were you saying? Looks like Toad that tried to cross the highway at rush hour. Yeah. What are we gonna say?
It could be Toad in the go-kart.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Go-kart.
Frogger, he got hit.
You know what? Now I'm seeing 2 mermaids looking that are fucking chilling in the middle of a big ass fucking lake.
You're looking too hard. You're thinking too hard. It's supposed to be first impressions.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying. I'm looking at what I see now that I'm looking at it longer. Obviously, we're not going to use that one, but no, now that I look at it
I'm
longer,
sticking
that's
to
what I
my
see.
over the head Mario Kart.
All right, so obviously now let's try and come to a consensus here. Not with just your answer. Let's come with a consensus here. What are we going to say?
Well, majority rules. 11 and I say they're 2 cowboys, so.
Well, that's stupid to say cowboy, but I see him. I also see the go-kart though for Mario Kart. So that's 2 of us that say that too. So
Yeah, I like the cowboy one.
damn it. Foiled again. All right, so it's 2 Cowboys.
Come on, what we need a couple more for
I know we
go
do.
kart.
Does anyone else want to do before I press in? Does anyone else want to say go kart? Come on, Murph. See go kart too, right?
Oh, Nick in the chat said Toad and Mario Kart.
Okay, there we go. So that's 3. So we're tied at 3 again. So Sasquatch, what do you think? Toad from Mario Kart? You probably don't even know who the hell that is, or 2 Cowboys.
The gargoyles holding their dicks.
I like that one too. That's
Murph said go kart.
Yep, Marv said go kart too. So that's 4 for go kart. Uh-oh. You Cowboys are down and out. Oh, damn, there's Cowboys. There's Cowboys. Shit.
Tim, you're dead to me.
Cowboys.
Yeah, that's so stupid. You go for orgy the whole time, and then when we come out and say it's with the girls, I see how it is, Tim.
Women.
I know that's what he's doing. He's sucking up to the women.
Tim loves us.
Tim should count as a negative.
It's a ram head. We got ram head. Well, Kat, what do you think?
I think we lost.
I think we lost too. I think it's Cowboy. God damn it.
Cowboys.
Fine. There we go.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
I don't have to. It's my test. All right, last one.
We're going to find out the psychological and emotional consensus of this panel at the end.
That's exactly what we're going to find out. Hey, at least we didn't go with everything Tim said. All right, what do you guys see?
2 kids who put a fork in an electrical outlet.
That's a good one.
I see a bunch of crabs.
Oh, okay.
You want to get the resemblances of no map.
Lavender.
I see 2 lions like on a shield, coat of arms.
Okay. Jimmy.
Taze! Taze, your
Lavender's Harry.
Jimmy, I told you to leave Lavender alone. Bad.
For consensus, I'll agree with Jimmy.
All right. Payback.
Taco, I thought you were my friend.
That's payback for the album.
Well, that's what you get for going on my Mario Kart answer.
Yeah, see? Payback for the Cowboy.
I just
Gary,
went
what do you
with the
think?
first thing I thought.
They don't even look like feet. They don't even look like feet, for Pete's sake.
Okay, I'm contemplating rage quitting because it wasn't
well, that's how bad
face.
that's how bad the hair is.
So Gary left. Okay, so I guess we're moving on to Mrs. J. What do you see?
Well, I see 2 different things.
Oh,
I guess that's my.
Tim's back to the orgy.
Oh, Tim. Caligula looking over an orgy. Tim, stop it. I don't even see that. That's awful that I don't see that. I see 2 different things. Well, no, maybe just one thing. There's 3 creatures. There's the side view of 2 creatures that look like demonic dogs, and then probably a pointed head devil in the middle with pinchers for a mouth.
Okay. Sasquatch, what do you see?
Hornet's face.
Okay.
Jimmy, that's not a 6 toe. That's just the hair braided.
No, I'm going with the crabs.
All right. Taco, what do you see?
I already said 2 kids sticking forks in electrical outlets.
Okay, Josiah, what do you see?
An ink blot.
All right. Diver, what do you see?
Monkeys holding hands.
Okay. Laura, what do you
I see like an evil wizard with its arms outstretched, and you can see the cape.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. Who's the last one? Can't even see. It's too far away. Oh, that was... She's here twice. Oh, she's here twice. That's why.
Where's
Well, which
she
one?
there twice?
I don't
She's
know
there
why
twice.
it's up there twice.
Oh, okay.
Well, which one is you? Let's find out. All right, so they're lavender. Nope, that was wrong. You. There we go. That's real you. Got it. All right, so we found the real you.
Okay.
I think. I just want to get rid of this one.
Nope, you kept the porn one.
I know. All right, here we go.
Levi's gonna feed you, Dad.
All right, so I think it looks like some weird, like rabbit that is, like one of those flashing rabbits. That's like he's got the coat. He's like, check me out. That's what it looks like. Some creepy rabbit flasher. You see the coat? He's opening the coat, and you can see all his goods, the junk.
I was about to say flasher as well, yeah, because I thought the cake.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
ill, Kenny. Kenny, you're ill. Okay. You're just,
Hey, at least I didn't say
you're
orgy.
ill.
I said Caligula.
I said crabs.
That's
All
all right.
right,
I'm
so-
seeing 3 monsters now. I'm getting worse.
All right, so we got this is a bad acid trip I had at a copyrighted image, and my lawyer will be in touch. Looks like Indian shamans dancing around a fire.
That's impossible. You can't have a bad trip at a Styx concert. That's fucking lying.
It looks like something really indescribable. It looks like a decaying soul ravaged by life's many horrors, or a doggy. Okay, that's interesting. This is a devil. You can't fool me, spawn of Satan. This looks an awful lot like the stain on my pillow. Yikes.
Oh, that's right.
Yikes.
Yeah, it is.
Yikes. All right. So what are we going to say this is? Obviously other.
Well, we had me and Jimmy for Lavender's Foot.
That's 2 for Lavender's Foot. Is there any alt? So Lavender, what are you going to say? Obviously, you're not going to say your foot, or are you going to surprise us? Your foot, right? That's what I heard. I heard your foot, her foot.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's 3 for her foot.
Yeah, let's put Lavender's Foot and see what the test says about it.
Lavender's hairy feet.
Lavender's hairy feet.
Yes, it must be Lavender's hairy feet.
Right. All right. And goes to our test. Tabulating results. Please wait. Sickness quotient. Your sickness quotient is 69% is a little worrisome. Detailed diagnosis, interpersonal insight. You are utterly incapable of meaningful relationships, which is probably a good thing because you're a horrible bore under the best of conditions. You never give up and refuse to settle for less than the best. In other words, you're impossible to please and you never shut up. Hey, that destiny sounds like this panel. Job performance and attitude. You work very slowly. In fact, if you went any slower, you'd be in reverse. Your primary, I think it's time. That's probably why. I'm assuming it's time. Your function at work is to serve as a bad example, but at least you do that very, very well. Damn, this is dogging us, guys. Personality insight. Your personal motto is, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. Wrong. What doesn't kill you it makes you hurt all over and go owie.
Owie.
Calling us pussies.
He really is. Damn. All right, so are we going to take that, guys? I mean, seriously. Yeah, I know, right? What are we going to do? We're pussies.
It's pretty right on.
You know what I think it was? I think it was the lavender. Okay, fuck
well,
I can't.
One thing's for sure, we
That
all
first
shouldn't
part.
date together.
That first part is pretty right on, though.
We shouldn't mate together. That's for sure.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Too late.
That was just horrible. Look, it even gives us a little graph here. Normalized superego versus chromatic phrenology.
Okay, what's the red line and what's the blue line?
Scale A, it's the blue line. Scale B, it's a red line. No clue. That's all it gives you.
Well,
Scan
there's
it
a
on
little
in. What does it
legend
look
right
like?
there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It says scale A is a blue line and scale B is red line. That's what the legend says. I don't know what that is. And then here we got X, Y, and Z plots denormalized. So the kind of like turquoise is soft drinks.
What?
The really light blue is food items. And the green is snacks. I don't get that. So apparently we really like soft drinks? I don't understand how they get that from what we answered. I don't understand that.
They make
Well,
good
now I gotta
mixers.
get a soda.
They make good mixers.
They do. That's true. That's what it is. That's why it's soft drinks, because they know we drink a lot.
Huh.
Whoa. Let's see. This is 2006. Oh, wow. This is old. Okay.
Oh,
So,
that
all right.
was
So
fun.
let's ask the chat. Do you think that actor represents this panel? Give me a 1 if you think it does. Give me a 2 if you think it's way off.
You know, I think this chart here could be an ink blot on its own.
I'm gonna hop down.
All right, Taco. That's like your 401k after a Biden. I know, right? It does look like they added in random graphs to make it look more professional. No PBRs. Three. Three. See, they're saying we're psycho. We're all psycho. That's it. Are you guys? Is that why you guys tune in to check out which when's the day one is going to flip out and kill everyone else on panel? That's what it is, huh? I figured. Bastards. All right, so today, so since we're done with that, I kind of want to talk about, because I saw this article that was talking about how they wanted to, would probably be a good idea for the requirement of masks to be still enforced even after this pandemic is over. And I just wanted to get everyone's thoughts on that. Mrs. J, what do you think?
Well, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea. I just put out a report today that the second round of the pandemic is going to be deadlier than the first. So I don't know if they're just trying to scare people, but I don't know. What's it hurt? Really? What's it hurt?
Well, no, I mean,
if it helps, it helps. I'm
talking about if after it's done, like when it's over, they have a not cure, but a vaccine and everything. They're still thinking that masks should be worn still. That's what I'm talking about. Not while the pandemic, it's after the pandemic.
Yeah, but who put that news out? Mainstream media.
It was an opinion piece.
I don't know. I don't. We got along all these years without it. Unless China's gonna release another germ.
Well, that's not fair to say China released it. They didn't release it. It just kind of happened, you know? You can't really blame their whole government or a whole country just for COVID. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous.
Yes, I can.
Sure we can.
No, I can't. Yes, we can.
Because they did release it.
They developed it. They released it.
Because it hit all the other countries before it hit China real bad.
No, it hit China real bad first, and then it went from China.
It hit all the other countries first, and then it hit China.
No, Wuhan was hit first, and then because we heard it started in Wuhan in January. It didn't hit us until what, March, May? It devastated. All right, Lavender, have a good one. It devastated China.
Lavender.
True. They were the first country to recover because they were the first one to really get it. So yeah, they recovered first because they're the first one to get it. And there's and all those countries also have stricter regulations, and people aren't like here in America that are so going against wearing the mask and spreading it. They listen to the government and say, "Hey, look, we should probably fucking listen to what they're saying because we all want to die."
Sweden didn't shut down at all.
Yeah, true. Oh yeah, there's some countries that just they didn't end up getting hit, and that's just the way it goes, you know.
Oh no, they got
Sweden,
hit. They didn't shut
yeah,
down.
Sweden is very different though. It has a lot of the population. They live in single occupancy homes. They're quite fit and healthy. So you don't have people on top of each other as much. Quite low population density. So it's very different. But they did also, I think they experienced worse death rates than their neighbouring countries. So they just dealt with it differently.
Yeah, there's. I think there are some countries that didn't get hit nearly as bad as we have. But come on, if you don't see why we got hit so bad, you see why we got hit bad, right? Because no one listens.
Yeah,
You know, we got hit bad because everyone thought it was. Everyone thought it wasn't a real virus, so everyone went and did what they wanted to. You see, people are sitting at beaches saying, "Open this beach up. We're still in the midst of a pandemic." No wonder we still have it. I mean, it's not a surprise.
Yeah, we got hit bad as well.
Yeah,
and still continue to do so.
Yeah, look what Italy did. Italy shut down everything. No one could go outside. They got it under control. But what happened as soon as they started letting people out? It re-emerged.
Yeah, France is shutting down again tomorrow because my other
And so
half's
is
making his way back.
Germany and France both.
Yeah, my other half's in France at the moment, so he's travelling back tomorrow, late night, and yeah, they're about to lock down, and we'll probably be next.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, but I have to see a lot of proof before I just come to a conclusion that China had anything to do with this virus. I don't buy it at all. I need to see like conclusive proof. I'm not just going to go off of what the Republicans or the Democrats say on this one. You know what I mean? It's not gonna do that. Yes, Laura does have a posh voice. Because she's poshy because she's from Britain.
I don't have a posh voice. What are you talking about?
Huh? I don't know. That's what Kay said. I don't know.
Who? I don't have a posh voice. Oh, okay. Oh, I have quite a common voice actually, but
the COVID was incorrectly diagnosed as flu, and it emanated mainly from Europe in the States.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So it's just one of the things. It is real. We have to deal with it. But anyway, the question is, we're getting way off track here. After everything COVID is done, after everything is done, should masks still be required to be worn, or at least should still become in fashion to like you should still wear your mask? I think we started with you, Mrs. J, and you didn't really answer. So can you, or start again? What do you think? Do you think they should still should be worn when everything's said and done? Are you there, Mrs. J?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry. No, it's not gonna happen. Do I think they should? I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. Sasquatch, what do you think? Are you there, Sasquatch? Yeah, I think everyone's recovering from the ink blot test. Everyone's like, oh, just too much mental energy. I gotta take a break. All right, let's go with you, Laura, while we're waiting. Seriously? Another one? Oh, there we go.
So what's the reason they're saying that they're recommending to just keep going on with the mask use? What's the reason? Are they saying because of flu or just what?
Well, because the thing is, like, not everyone is going to take the vaccination when it's given. So, I mean, in order to keep it from becoming a big problem again, it'd be a good idea to still have masks because not everyone's going to take the vaccination. There's already people that are saying, "Oh hell no, I'm taking it," when I'm not taking it at all. So, we're never going to get rid of it. And the way in how dangerous how quickly it spreads, it could easily become another pandemic.
Yeah, well, I don't know how many people need to take it to sort of get sort of a certain amount of herd immunity. Is it like 70, 80%, wasn't it?
So yeah.
Sure.
But do you think 78 want to take the vaccine? There's a lot of anti-vaxxers.
Oh yeah, there's always them. They've been around for ages, since the whole Wakefield scandal, haven't they?
Absolutely. When the vaccine came out, a lot of people didn't want to take that either, and I think a lot of them were forced to, weren't they? From what I remember.
Of what? Sorry, what?
Polio vaccine.
Well, Kenny, when I was young, I mean, well, I'm 70, but like to go to school, you had to have all of the certificates from your doctor that you had all of the shots. And they gave us polio shots when we were in school.
Yeah. You have to get it before you go to
back
public
in
schools.
school. They took a sugar cube. They called it Saving on Sunday, and the polio vaccine was on the sugar cube, and they gave every kid in the school.
Yep.
Oh wow, that's cool. Interesting.
Oh yeah, I had the sugar cube thing, the polio thing. I'm sure I did.
I think I did too.
Yeah.
I remember. I just know I remember it's a big thing because I know somebody that is an anti-vaxxer and they can't get their kids into school because of it, because the schools won't take you if you don't have all your child does not have all your vaccines. Because they don't want what to happen, like them to infect other children, which I get, it makes sense. And and I think it's great that the society doesn't make people take medicines they don't want to. I think that's important that the government doesn't try and enforce its will on people. But then don't we still have to take other precautions to guard the public from those type of people? Not saying that they're bad or wrong, but something needs to be done, right?
You need a certain amount of the population to have it so that it actually works. And there are some people that literally can't have it. And a lot of the problem is caused by the whole MMR vaccine scandal from was it 2000 or 2001? As I said, that Wakefield guy, that's where a lot of this anti-vaxxer stuff's come from, all that. And it was basically a flawed publication by a doctor, which has been discredited since, but it just continues to keep these anti-vaxxers going and going.
Well, what's the easiest way to kill a virus is by putting bleach in a humidifier and inhaling it.
Like Trump.
That is true, and that it's also a cure for AIDS too. But you're just not going to ingest it and inhale it. So bleach is the end all kill all. I mean, it will. And I remember when I was a young, stupid, naive kid, when I heard that, I'm like, well, why don't we just figure out what it is, the part of bleach that kills it? And I gave that stupid response, and they just kind of looked at me like they didn't even dignify it with a response.
Okay, did you ever walk into a doctor's office and smell bleach?
Yes.
No. They use alcohol. Alcohol.
Oh yeah, you're right. They do use alcohol.
Yeah. You don't ever smell chlorine bleach. You smell alcohol. That's the smell of all doctors' offices. Alcohol. Yeah. But no, I don't see anything wrong with wearing the mask. I've never taken a flu shot in my entire life. And I've had the flu twice in my life. Once when I was young and when I was 50 years old.
You only had the flu twice?
Twice in my life.
Damn, dude. Lucky you. I think I've had it 4 or 5 times.
I've never had the flu.
I had the chicken pox twice. The only reason I had it twice is because the first time I got it, it was a really, really small, mild case. So if you have a mild case of chicken pox, you can get it twice. So that's why I ended up with it twice. It sucked. I think I was a lot older when I got it the second time. Yes.
But don't they vaccinate for chicken pox and measles and all that stuff now?
I don't know about chicken pox. Measles, yes.
Chicken pox, I think they do in the US, but they don't actually do chicken pox as part of the standard thing in the UK because they've decided that people here having chicken pox isn't seen as a big deal. It's just almost like it's a rite of passage. And so I've never had a chicken pox vaccine, and I don't know if it's something they'll ever do.
We are wearing masks on a porn set. Do you realize how we look with a mask and a condom on? probably pretty silly. How does that work for the social distancing? You know, that's got to be interesting. So yeah, what's up, Paul? How are you? So yeah, so Josiah, what do you think? Do you think that the mask should be required after this plague is taken care of and the vaccine comes out?
I would say no. And the reason I say no, but I will still wear a mask, is because I ended up with cryptococcal meningitis, which is a fungal infection, and it affects your brain, the brain stem and the fluid. And I was not a candidate for that. So they still don't know how I caught it. So I'm not going to worry about something in the air because, like, it's something you can't see. I mean, how do we know? I mean, you can walk, if somebody doesn't have a mask on and they coughed and you walk through their air passage, I mean, their exhalation, you're going to end up with it. You know, I don't know. I look at life differently now after being ill like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I believe it.
Yeah. But no, I wear a mask because I don't know, like our store, the thing is, it's not will we wear masks, but will stores and businesses require them? Will it become part of our everyday life upon entering stores and stuff like that? More than
Which wouldn't be
anything.
so. Would it really be that? I mean, obviously, it would be a big deal to some people, but would you think it would be a big deal to the majority of people if masks? I mean, if uh, private businesses were to allow it, because obviously the public buildings won't be able to do that, obviously, but private businesses would be able to do it. Obviously, I'm sure it would cause a big stir, but do you think enough people would just go with it and be okay with it, or do you think most people would say no? Let's not have something like this happen. What do you think?
I think people would say no.
Yeah, I think younger people would sort of say no.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I don't think it would go. I mean, even though the private businesses would have every right to do it, because it is a private business, they can do whatever the fuck they want inside there, as long as it's not illegal. And I'm pretty sure making someone wear a mask isn't going to be illegal unless, of course, it's a medical exemption.
Like Anselmo and Will.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with a medical exemption. You don't have to produce proof on it, so anybody could just go in and say, "Well, I have a medical exemption," when they don't. You know what I mean? It's pretty much an honor system when it comes to that. It's just like it's an honor system with people who have the what is it, the comfort animals. It's just an honor system because you're not required to have proof. And I'm sure there are people that will take advantage of that system.
Yeah, Kenny, I was just going to say, I think businesses at the moment, they're struggling as it is to sort of, even if they have that rule in place, they have difficulty enforcing it, and the amount of conflict it causes. If they've got the option of people not needing to necessarily wear it, I think they're just going to go with that because it's too much hassle for them, isn't it?
That's true, because they can lose a lot of business, and it can hurt their bottom line.
Yeah, you just piss people off if, don't you? You see all these videos of people getting enraged by it. They're not going to want to cause extra hassle in their places of business, are they? If they don't need to.
I agree.
They just want to keep people happy. They just want to keep people happy and calm, don't they?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because even if you're wearing a mask, like in the store that I shop in, everybody wears masks, but everybody puts them on in the parking lot before they go into the store. And what about you touching cans or looking at a product, putting it down? That, I don't know, 61 half a dozen of the other. I mean, people are going to touch things. So it can be spread regardless. The pandemic. What did that say? What did Paul say?
So health might happen. It's just Mother Nature thinning the herd. Yes, it sucks, but no living thing is immortal, which is very true.
That's right, Paul. Got to go somehow.
That's about what my neighbor said.
Oh,
His,
here's
his
go ahead,
theory is that Mother Nature's got something else in mind, and we ain't part of it.
Well,
No,
Sharia law is religious law.
True, but what morally? Oh, okay, yeah. Well, see, I think the difference is the mask is for like a health reason. It's not gonna, it's for different reasonings. But I don't know. That's a tough one.
It is.
That really is a tough one.
And until it goes like to the courts and go through the court system, it's going to be a question.
Yeah.
Because I know in Pennsylvania, our governor is being sued. I think a lot of states are suing their governors.
Yeah, we won't be stoned to death. That's true, Chase.
True.
I think he's talking about the principle of it, and I don't. That's a tough one to argue, at least from my point of view. I see where you're coming from with the argument. I'd have to think on that one because I don't have anything off the top of my head, honestly. Which I think there's going to be a lot of trial and error. Oh yeah, Tim, absolutely. And unfortunately, that's the way. That's how we got to the point we're at right now. The things that were done to stop, Corona didn't work. There wasn't enough, and we're here where we are. And not here. Yeah, we're here where we are, and that's why we had the massive government shutdowns and still a lot of jobs are. I mean, I walk down the street and I still see businesses that are boarded up, aren't open. It's just so sad. And I was just walking the other day thinking to myself, man, a year ago, I could walk down here and just see everything open, a nightlife. I mean, the night scene is coming back, at least here. Like on the weekend, there's people that go out and because there's a lot of outdoor dining up along one of the main streets. So it's there, but it's not nearly what it was, and it's just sad to see people are having a hard time finding work, and the government is just taking their sweet ass time on helping the people get money. It's just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I've same with me. A lot of like retailers have, especially small ones, have closed down, and some people are still like my friend has been furloughed all this time, so she's still getting. I think she's getting like 80 or 70% of her salary, but it's just all that uncertainty because a lot of businesses are really struggling and having to let people go. But at least there's like a bit of a plan in place to help people, so that's a good thing.
Now, what did your government do when it was like at the peak where everything was shut down? Did they like give you guys money since you guys weren't working, or how did they handle that situation?
So what they did for people that were what they did was they encouraged businesses not to make people redundant or anything like that. They encouraged them to keep them on, but the government would pay 80% of the salary of the worker to a certain amount or a certain amount, and yes, and that scheme ran until I think it was September, and then I think it's or it might have extended, I'm not sure. So people were still getting like 80% of their normal salary anyway. And if people were sort of self-employed and had their own business, if people were self-employed and had their own business, they had to sort of they had a similar system in place as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's cool. So
also banks were quite good at negotiating mortgage breaks and things like that, and there was rent freezes and things, so it was a lot better than it could have been.
Okay. Cool. So that's cool. So are you guys like still under like a lot of closures and are you still limited on where you can travel, or are like all your borders open now, or?
So at the moment they've got a 3-tier system in place. They've got tier 1 to tier 3. So tier 1 is the least severe, and tier 3 is the most severe. So there's parts of the country like I think it's Liverpool that are in tier 3. So that's where they're back to where all the non-essential businesses are closed and things like that. Where I am in London, it's currently tier 2. So I'm not supposed to go, and you can't sort of like meet people from other households in an indoor environment, but all businesses are open, and schools are open. Schools are open as well. That's another thing. They're very keen on keeping the schools open.
Good.
I know that's been a lot of problem for a lot of parts of the US.
Yeah.
So
you guys are doing the distance learning?
so no, all the schools that are like open as in going in.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh damn. So you actually go in and sit with the children. Are they all required to wear masks while they're in the school?
No. Well, it depends on the school. They sort of like say if you're like in communal areas, you do, but if you're within your sort of like designated group, you don't have to. But some of the kids like wearing them. Some of them quite like them. Some of them don't so much. We're finding that we're being sort of like encouraged to wear them more and more now. But yeah. But I think it helps kids going into school. It helps their mental well-being. So it definitely helps.
Children definitely need to be.
Yeah,
Children
they do.
need to be socialized. They can't stay home.
Yeah, they do.
Absolutely. Yeah, so socialization is one of the big things of going to a public school. It's kind of one of the things you learned how to act within a social group and to carry yourself. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
So do you think that, what do you guys think? Do you think with everything that's going on, the kids that are currently let's say like that, because they say the first 5 years are the most influential on a child, right? So the kids that are in kindergarten, let's say, and they're not able to go to that school, do you think that generation, they're going to have a disadvantage growing up because they didn't go to kindergarten, or you think it's just not even going to affect them at all? What do you guys think?
I think it's definitely going to affect them. I mean, doing remote learning with kids that young, I mean, it makes me frustrated being on Zoom calls for that long. I don't know what it does to the kids. It's they need to, especially if they're starting out of school. I think little kids, they have in their mind a certain idea of what school's going to be like. They see it on TV shows. They're talked about it constantly when they're younger about, oh, when you get bigger, you'll go to school. And then for them, it's not happened. They just get sat in front of a computer. Oh, this is if they're doing the remote learning. And I don't know. it's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
In Pennsylvania,
Gary,
I know in my area, they go to school like I think it's like 3 days in school or 3 days out of school, 2 days in school. And
yeah, they refer that to that as hybrid.
And what they're doing is like, okay, the whole school is being broken down in, so everybody gets to go to school and everybody gets to stay home. It's not like on this day nobody's in school. I mean, they've broken it down into a system so there aren't as many children in the school at one time.
Yeah.
But still, that screws with the parents. If you're a parent and you have a job, that screws with like who's going to take care of my child.
Yeah.
And you can't put them with grandma and grandpa because they're the most vulnerable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they started that at our place. They started that at our place in September. They had it sort of staggered with different year groups going in at different times, but after a couple of weeks, everyone was in. I mean, we have had outbreaks, and what they've done is, if a certain person in a class has been infected and whatever, they'll get the kids in the class. They have to stay at home for 2 weeks. So that's how we're dealing with it. It's happening. People are getting it, but they're just trying to sort of carry on be as normal as possible.
Gary, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was just from experience. My stepdaughter, she's taught kindergarten, first and second, and I asked her, like, did the kids really uh, understand what's going on? And as she explained it to me, it's more or less the teachers. It's really more on the teachers themselves. They have to determine which ones look like they're ready to go on and which ones look like they're not ready to go on. The one needs to be held back, and they're not really mature enough, for the
Yep.
school experience.
That's a good point, because I mean, think about it. There's a whole year of schooling that kids are going to miss. So are they just going to have to redo the grade that they were already in that they missed, or are they just going to push them along and move on?
See,
Like,
that's what she was telling me, because they
yeah,
don't want to take a bunch of, a certain number of kids. They're not ready to go through, and but it happens, and it happens today. I mean,
yeah. But I mean,
and
it shouldn't be.
I asked her, well, what do you do? She goes, well, half of the kids I had, I wanted to keep back.
But is
And
it,
you know, children in general, like Gary, like young children like that, no matter how much you explain to them what
Yeah,
needs to be. I mean, children are touchy. They're snotty. They're germy. They're like little petri dishes. They just touch everything and everybody, and they don't think. They don't have that mental capacity to remember, like, oh no, I'm not supposed to touch you. I'm not supposed to hug you. Stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. I know some teachers who work in sort of primary schools, so it's for the younger kids, and they're all in the classroom. They're quite disciplined with distancing of that and that. But as soon as they go out for break time or lunch, they're all
Yep.
grabbing and all over each other because that's how they are.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to get adults not to touch one another or stay 6 feet apart, but like to impress that on a preschool child or a first grade child, no, I couldn't even imagine having that job, Gary. That would be like hell. And then determining who's capable of, going ahead and not.
Mm.
so I put up a poll thing to see what the people in chat think. Should the kids be held back to actually participate in the current school year, since it's pretty much not going to happen this year? 1 for yes, 2 for no. I just want to see where everyone kind of sits with this. Gary, what do you think? Do you think kids should be held back to participate in the year, or do you think they should just say fuck it? If they're mature enough, let them through, or just pass everyone through, so we're not missing out on shit. Not screwing everything up.
I really don't know. It's just something like that. I really don't know. Maybe well, if they just started back over where they were, when their school shut down, that how they could ever control that, and I don't know, because every school system, they didn't all open on the same day. They didn't all close on the same day. Some of them didn't even close at all.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Mrs. J.
Sorry.
Mrs. J.
Hello.
What do you think?
Well, I only have one kid in schools, my niece, and she's in 11th grade. And her 10th grade year was the first year she was ever on the honor roll, and not just the merit roll, the honor roll. And that was due to the what is it, electronic, doing stuff over remote. That's what they call it. It's basically homeschooling. I don't know if a person learns more or less. That's my only issue with the remote schooling. She's got her social graces down. I'm not worried about that. But then she's in 11th grade now, so I don't see holding her back any, or the older kids, but the younger kids, on an individual basis, they're going to have to be tested.
Well, also to think of it this way, I mean, if you do hold a kid back, it could psychologically affect them too, because they're like, well, why didn't because again, what if the kids don't understand why they're held back? Well, why am I being held back? It could make them have a negative experience with school.
Well, at the younger age group, it won't affect them as much not being actually physically in school. You know what I mean? I mean, if like they have their group of kids in their classroom, and 90% of them advance, and that 10% gets held back, that's different than having most of your schooling done at home or remotely, and them still being able to interact with kids, but not to the point where I think they'd feel it as much.
Okay, fair enough. So here's the thing. I don't like personally. I don't like distance learning. When I was taking some college courses, I actually tried to avoid the online courses because I just felt I do my better learning in person. I tried to avoid any online course. I had to take some online courses because they were only offered online, and I noticed I didn't do necessarily as good because I'd always I would put it off. Distance learning is really bad for me because I'll just put it off and then I'll end up having to rush and I won't do nearly as good a job as I could have. So, and for kids that are like me and have that, the distance learning is really going to be, it's not going to be very beneficial for them. But unfortunately, it's kind of the way we have to do it right now.
Yeah, I mean, some kids do like it, but you were talking about holding kids back. We got a totally different school system, so we don't have that. You just, however you're doing, you just go up a year. You just go up a year. You don't get held back unless you've had some major issue, like you've been in hospital or something.
Our school system our school actually has sort of gone with that too. You repeat the classes, you fail, but you don't necessarily repeat the whole grade, which is a big change from when I was in school. You failed 2 classes, you failed the whole grade. And it's not like that anymore. That's another thing.
Well, and that's a sad thing. That's a sad thing, Mrs. J, because we have so many children, and I was a teacher. We have so many children, but I taught in a private school, which was totally different, where everybody was academically, capable and all of that. But we have so many children in public school that we will progress to the next class who haven't developed. I mean, the reading and comprehension levels are like really bad in adults, in teenagers. So I'm, and like in class learning, you have the teacher has a better advantage and control over, and she can look at a student, or he or she can look at a student and see that they're having difficulty. But through a Zoom, you can't see. You can't see.
No.
You don't know what the child is doing with their hands, or if they're really paying attention, or any of that. So a lot of it, distant learning is not right. But then again, we live in a society and age where, I mean, I know 5-year-olds who can operate a computer better than I can.
The vast majority of them.
I mean, I couldn't program my TVs or stuff like that. Shit, I could ask a 12-year-old kid. They could do it in like 3 minutes.
Mm.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah,
someone
children
was
aren't
asking.
scared.
So Raquel was asking, can or will someone answer where the flu and pneumonia went? I don't think they've gone anywhere. I think, unfortunately, this is just my theory, but I'm thinking that a lot of the cases, there's a lot of misdiagnosis going on with COVID. They're just putting
Yeah.
down COVID for flu cases and pneumonia cases. So they're not going anywhere. They're not being diagnosed correctly. That's my theory. So I don't think they've really gone anywhere. They're calling it COVID because apparently states and governments are getting extra money for COVID deaths. So a lot of times they're just going to put COVID down on the freaking death reason for death because they'll get money for it. So
Get money for what? Why would they get money?
The number of patients that you have who have COVID, the money the government grants the hospital for each patient. They grant them money.
Yes.
Right.
So yeah, so hospitals want to have. Well, I guess they don't want to have COVID, but I guess they do kind of. It's a very morbid thought, right?
But Laura lives in a different system than we do.
Yeah, so it's not like they're a business.
No, see, ours are businesses.
Hey, Kenny, I got to get out of here, man.
All right, Gary. Thanks for joining, man.
All righty. Thanks a lot for having me.
Good night,
Bye, Gary.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night.
That's right, shit. We try to stay. You missed it, man. We did a ink blot test earlier, and we all turned out, and we were very unhinged, and we shouldn't be around other people. It was pretty bad. It was like we all had good group answers, and we think it's because one of the last answers we put was Lavender's hairy feet. That's what tipped it over the scales. But at least, but it would have been worse if we would have put Tim's answer, orgy for everything. Then they probably would have called the police on us, and there would have been police at our doors. Are you okay, sir? Tim? You need any help? Yeah, it would have been bad.
I'm gonna have to go as well, but thanks. It's been fun.
Yeah,
and
nice meeting you, Laura.
Nice meeting you. And I've been doing some decorating while I've been chatting to you as well, so that's been quite good. So
stuff done. Good.
So if you've heard any weird noises, that's my roller. But yeah, I was trying to be quiet as possible. Okay. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye, Laura.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, so we're missing a bunch of chat here. Kate,
it was a nice panel. It was a nice panel, Kenny.
It's been nice.
Quiet.
Yeah, right. More. That's a good point, Yoda. How more doctors are getting into politics, and more doctors are being used to scare people by a certain political branch. I think it goes both ways. I don't like either political branch, to be honest with you, Yoda. And I keep saying I said your name wrong before, so I'm not sure how to say it. Then is it Yata? Yoda? Yada? I don't know how else to pronounce it. So I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. So yeah, Leon Valley has a doctor on the city council. I didn't know that, but Leon Valley is just a freaking weird, it's a very corrupt kind of city. It seems, there's a lot of crap going on there that, like Toyota. Okay, Yoda. Isn't that what I've been saying, Yoda? Yoda. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. I thought that's what I was saying. I equate the drama to cheesy horror movies. Can't kill Jason or Michael Myers. They come back in more ridiculous ways. I am going this weekend. I think I'm going to just go on a horror movie binge in honor of Halloween. And what I wanted to do was like a I don't know how I could do it yet, but I want to do like a watch party. Find a scary ass movie on YouTube and just freaking then we all start at the same time and just watch it and comment on it and shit. I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
Just find a movie on YouTube and ask people to come in to say this is what we're doing, this is what we're watching. But then, you'd have to start from the beginning, or else, you know what I mean? Because it'd be hard for people just coming in. It'd be hard for them to synchronize it at the part we're at.
Our former channel that we all got kicked off of used to do that on Facebook. They used to have a Friday night movie night. I guess it's easier to do through Facebook. Don't ask me how. I don't know.
Okay,
But
I think I'm gonna.
the same.
I think once I get my Facebook page,
You have to watch.
I'm gonna start doing lives
you
on
have
Facebook
to watch
and
the
YouTube at the same time, because I think I can do it on StreamYard. I could do two different. I can send it to two different locations. So
that I don't know.
No,
but
I know
you
I
have
can.
to still watch the copyright bullshit.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
If it's on
Yeah,
Facebook, you can comment,
Yeah.
chat. But if it's on this platform, I don't see how we could do that.
So I heard.
Yeah.
Oh no, easily. I wouldn't be able to show the movie, but what we do is I'd say, okay, so we're gonna have a count. Everyone get the movie. 5, 4. At 1, you press play. That way, it's synchronized. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play, and hopefully it'll be synchronized. Come on, you've never had like an online date with a girl or a woman that you guys watch the same movie together?
No.
Damn, all right. Well, you and Mr. J should do it. Like, go in different rooms and check it out. It'll be kind of interesting. Then you guys can say all the naughty things on your chat. Like, oh baby, why don't you come over here? Oh, my good baby.
Meet me in the hallway.
Yeah, right.
Meet me in the hallway.
Oh, you're sad.
And then to really piss him off, say Army's better than the Marines. Yeah, that'll really set him off.
Yeah, I don't think I'd go that far.
Well, you just be telling the truth. Nothing wrong with telling the truth.
Yeah. In your opinion.
How old are you, Kat?
Me?
Yeah.
I am 40.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. You sound much younger. I don't know, but then
I was told I sounded 15 at one point too.
No, you don't sound 15, but
I know I don't sound 15.
I thought you were like in your 20s, like in your late 20s. I didn't think you were.
That's what everyone thinks that. Yeah, everyone thinks I sound younger. I still get carded too, so.
Yeah, but like I was talking to my friend Carolyn, I said, like, it's amazing we have all these, people that we converse with, and we build a mental image of what you look like, what Mrs. J looks like, what NJ Diver looks like, what I look like, just through our voice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, when you see, like, I was absolutely, when I Taco, like, I thought Taco, he had this really tiny voice. I thought him to be like about maybe 5'8", 5'9", this little guy who was a gamer. And then when I actually saw him, I was like, wow, where's that mental picture coming from? But it's voice. You hear different things in people's voice.
How many people have seen Gary?
I have.
Gary?
Yeah, Gary.
Oh,
Gary 111.
Oh, I don't. I have never.
Okay, yeah, I saw him last night for the first time. I was not expecting what I saw. Let's just say
the thing,
that.
you can't judge. That's the thing. Like, people can sound one way or look a different way. I mean, look at I don't know, just in general. You just can't. So, like, look at Taze. Taze sounds like a lunatic, but he doesn't look like a lunatic.
Oh, that's your opinion. But I still say his name in my sleep.
You still say his name in your sleep. There it is.
No, but I've had conversations with people on the phones from years ago. And I mean, you would just develop this relationship with teachers that you didn't know. And then when you met them in person, it was like, wow, because it wasn't what you built. It's like reading a book. when you read a book, you build the characters in your mind to look like what you're reading. And then it's not like when they put it in the movies, it's like, how did this person end up looking like that? It's not what I envisioned them to be.
Absolutely. Like I'm always surprised that when I read a book, because you have this, like you're right, you have this thought in your head, like this is what this person looks like, and then when you hear a cast switch, you're like, whoa, no, hell no, and you're like, no, that's not right,
Yeah.
But then sometimes, a lot of times, they embody the character so well that you're like, okay, this works, And then that's who you see whenever you read the book again,
Yeah. But it's like, I think of the book, like the movie is the cake, but the book is the frosting on the cake.
Oh,
And like when you see a movie and then you read the book, it's like, yeah. But if you read the book and then see a movie, you have a totally different, perspective. I believe in reading because that develops your mind. But no, like
absolutely.
actors, are so like we were just talking about it the other day, like Tom Cruise. When he played the vampire, him and who was the blonde guy?
Brad Pitt.
Was it Brad Pitt? Okay, but Tom Cruise's character in the book was not Tom Cruise.
No.
Didn't even relate to Tom Cruise in any way.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but no, like movies, I enjoy movies, but then I'm disappointed if I go read the book because it's not. No.
Oh, or what about? I don't know. Are you familiar with any of the Jack Reacher novels at all?
No.
All right, so Jack Reacher, like this character, Lee something is Lee Childs is the one. He writes the Jack Reacher novels. Now, Jack Reacher, they made a movie, and Tom Cruise plays Jack Reacher movie. When I first heard about it, I was like, no, that's just not. It's not going to work. I'm like, okay, yes, I was like, okay, well, I could see it from one point of view because in the book, Jack Reacher is he's a freaking sociopath. I'm like, okay, I can see that because freaking Tom Cruise is a sociopath. I don't think anybody disagrees with that, right? He's a sociopath.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that worked out. But anyway, Jack Reacher is 6'4" and like 250, right? And Tom Cruise is like what, 5'6"?
Yeah.
So they did all this tricky camera work to make him, seem taller and all this. But as far as character work, I thought he did a good job because he definitely played Jack Reacher the way, you would envision Jack Reacher. Just the visuals were off. But with camera work, they made it look a little better. It's just one of those things. So.
And when you have consecutive or like trilogies in books or whatever, like that character is so developed in your mind, and then when they take and make a Tom Cruise out of it, it's like no. I've just read this trilogy, and like he doesn't belong as the main character, but you can portray the main character psychologically and emotionally, but physically doesn't cut it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, that's just the way. Yeah, that's just the way things go. I mean, and there's so many books. There's so many books that I want to see made into a movie, but I'm just afraid they're just going to kill it if they do it. Because they never. It's really rare when a book is done justice in movie form. Very rare.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just even though I would want to see some movies on the big screen, I think I'd much rather just remember them from reading them. Go back and reading them and all that. I used to have a really big library. I don't have such a big library anymore. I mean, I want to start collecting my library again because I miss my books.
You know what
However,
they're
reading
making
is just so
another
awesome.
version of.
Nice book, lay back, play some soft music.
You guys know what's in
Unplugged
production right now?
Hey, what's up,
No.
brother? Here you, Diver.
Yeah, Dune.
Dune.
Yes.
They're making another version of it.
Are they?
Yep, it's. I don't know if they finished it quite yet, but you can see shorts of it on YouTube. Teasers.
Yeah.
Interesting.
See, and that's what happens with a lot of movies too. You get into they just like Star Wars and stuff like that. They build all this up in these characters, and I enjoyed that. I like that type of thing. But when they start making over a movie, yeah, I think it should be made 70 years later so people have no idea about the first version.
Yes. Yes.
Like every movie we've basically seen in Hollywood, I mean, today from Hollywood has been done already 70 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Just in a different format, different time. That's it.
A perfect example of a movie that I thought, in my opinion at least, was better than the first one because, again, it was like 50, 60 years ago, was The Great Gatsby. I thought the remake of that was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. So there's certain movies that you need to, like we were talking about the other day, they needed to do King Kong over just for the graphics wise and story wise because it was done so long ago. We were talking about. I don't know if you were part of that conversation. Were you?
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, but the idea is like to redo King Kong now with the technology and the graphics. I mean, it would be unbelievable. I mean, it wouldn't seem as fake as watching the old movie because when you watch the original, it's like, wow, we've come a long way, baby.
Here's what: would anyone like to see the Poltergeist get remade, or do you think they'd freaking kill it?
The original Poltergeist, I saw that. Yeah, and
you think they kill it, or you think they do it justice?
How old is the original Poltergeist movie?
As long as they didn't turn it into a slasher horror flick.
Yeah.
With all sorts of blood and as long as they didn't do that, because that was somewhat of a psychological movie. Wasn't just all it was a horror movie. My favorite, I love horror movies, but I'm an Alfred Hitchcock fan. That type of suspense horror film. I don't like the slasher movies.
I love the slasher movies, but I like the psychological ones too. I just love horror in general. That whole genre is just. I love the way it's evolved over the years. From the 70s, you had the poltergeist type movies, and they were kind of campy. Then the 80s, they got super campy, and you got the slasher flicks were really big, and then the 90s horror kind of like fell off, and they're still trying to continue with the um, slashers, but there's more psychological. In the 2000s, it all of a sudden became paranormal activity was good. So then you had the reality type porn movies where it's like, they're shooting the camera like Blair Witch type stuff. And then now it's like morphed into it's horror's gotten more gory and more psychological.
Yeah. I don't understand this whole zombie thing. I never quite understood it and how it took over.
The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead became so popular, and everyone wants to see zombies now. That's exactly what happened. You can think,
but it just morphed into this. I mean, books and movies and television programs. It's like,
have you watched Walking Dead yet?
I saw The Walking Dead, but it's the idea that I just don't understand how everything just went all zombie. Everybody talks about zombie apocalypses and zombie this, like it's real.
Yeah. Well, remember you had the bath salts that were making people act like zombies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then there was the zombie bees, the parasite that made the bees stop flying, lose their wings, and just kind of like die. Remember that was going on with the honeybees for a while.
Yeah, I don't, but I understand it, but I don't understand it because the only reference I can go back to is like with my grandmother and my mother. They were into soap operas and they stopped every day. My grandmother planned her work around watching soap operas.
Mhm.
It's like these people's lives actually mattered and existed in reality to them. They would talk about these characters like they were real.
Well, see, I think the like you guys just started the apocalypse and the zombie movies. Maybe not the zombie movies, but the apocalypse type movies, because it could happen.
Yeah.
One day Kim Jong Un could say, "I'm feeling kind of froggy." Hit the button, and all of a sudden, USA, some certain cities are gone. Some big cataclysmic war, nuclear fallout, and we're all fucked, and we're living in apocalyptic society. So it's the fear and to see what would happen. It's just interesting. A lot of people are really interested in that right now because again, it's a continuation from our fascination with reality television.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I look at it. Oh, what happened?
Oh, I love it. Randy said, look at everyone walking around reading their cell phones and they say there's no zombies.
Yeah, that's a good point, Randy.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's so true.
That's right. He's ear hustling, Oli.
But that's like you see, I see, um, you know, teenagers, groups of them hanging out like on street corners. They're not interacting with one another. They're interacting with their phone rather than the people that they're with.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We live in a different world. When I was young and in high school, the phone was attached to the wall. It had a 3-foot cord, and you couldn't go any further than the cord.
Oh yeah. And you remember trying to get privacy talking on the phone? Had to freaking go around the corner, even though you think you got privacy, but you don't really. Because someone could just be sitting there listening.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It was a struggle, man. I kept trying to get a phone in my room when I was a kid. Wouldn't let me have a phone in my room. So I was like, come on, I just want a phone in my room. So we had one family line. Then this was in the days of dial up. So whenever you want to be on the internet, guess what? The phone line was tied up. And whenever a phone call came through, the internet dropped.
Well, I didn't grow up with the internet. I grew up with Party Line, and my grandmother, my aunt, and my other aunt. There were 4 of us on our party line, and our ring in my house was 3 longs and a short. So even if the phone rang and you picked it up, somebody else could pick up and listen. Or if you picked up the phone to make a call, you would hear somebody else talking. You put the phone down. So yeah, party lines and rotary phones and.
I like the Star Trek
Way.
remakes. Julie, I actually like the Star Trek remakes. I thought they were pretty good. I know I'm not in the majority on that, but I did like them. I know a lot of people didn't like them, but I thought they were pretty good. But then again, I also like the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. So I thought he was a good Spider-Man. No one else thinks so. But I liked it.
Yeah, I got to correct something. Back in the day, they had long handset cords. Believe me. I had a house up in North Jersey, and I used to have to do this almost annually. Go up and replace it. They had the old cradle type setup where the switch hook was in a box with the dial on top and then a cradle on the front with the handset in it that would drop down when you put the handset in it.
Yep.
The ringer was over on the baseboard.
Mm.
I used to have to replace that guy's handset maybe once a year.
How old are you?
He's younger than I am.
Well, I'm no spring chicken, but I don't remember those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you
Wow,
remember.
that's wild.
Nothing as wild as the other one I had to go to annually. They I would either have to replace the whole phone or at least the handset cord on the kitchen phone at least once a year, sometimes sooner, mainly because they had 2 dachshunds and a Great Dane. And that wasn't no dog, that was a pony. He was
I
huge.
agree.
Yeah,
MJ,
he would shoot a off the wall.
All right, text me with it, Nolly. What's up, Carl?
MJ,
Carl. Hi,
when
Carl.
hello, Carl.
Well, he's coming. You want
Link
to
Elise. NJ, when my parents passed away, we had lived in that house for 65 years. They still had the original black telephone that weighed 15 pounds that was connected and still in use.
Yeah, the old Bakelite phones were indestructible. Western
They,
Electric.
yeah, they are. It's unbelievable that that phone sat in the same place and you couldn't go anywhere with it. It was right there in between the dining room and the living room.
Yeah,
I had
well,
a funny one.
They made longer cords. You just had to pay extra for them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had a funny one.
We had a
My
really
my
long cord in my house too.
Yeah,
my
real quick.
I had to go to antique shops and auctions and estate sales to find one of those old Bakelite phones for my little brother because my little brother's an FBI agent and he was making his home office look like what Dragnet. I'm guessing, and he
Yeah.
wanted one of those phones. And boy, did I have a problem finding one.
Either
Yeah.
that or J. Edgar Hoover's office.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
By the way, to answer that individual in the chat, Taco, I did install teletype lines back in my day. Yeah, 2 police stations for the NCIC.
Yeah, there it is, Taco. Boom.
Hey, Mr. J, Diver, and Josiah.
Hi, Carl.
Good evening.
Hello.
You've been playing video games?
Watching YouTube tutorials actually, and sleeping.
Dixie cups with really long strings. There you go. Play telephone. Did the movie ever come out? Star Wars with Baby Yoda. It's a TV series. It's the what's it called? The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Mandalorian's a TV series, and that has Baby Yoda in it. The Hornet. It's a TV series. I think it's on Disney Plus or something like that.
Yeah.
No, or something like that. I don't know. So, I don't have Disney Plus. I think I'm not getting it because they have all the Marvel movies, and I want to watch all the Marvel movies again. Okay, Dolly, I'll check it. Yep, Mandalorian. That's it. I guess Taco's done playing video games for the night. I guess.
Taco had a nice panel.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier the party lines. I mean, back in the 70s and 80s, they got rid of them all. Everybody got a single, what they call the 1FR residence line. And some of the older phones that the women and the families didn't want to get rid of because, it's nostalgia and whatnot. They used to work if they were wired a certain way for 1 party, 2 party, as long as nobody swapped the 2 wires. If they had a trouble in the cable outside and somebody flop the wires around, they could make outgoing calls, but they wouldn't get anything coming in. And I had one woman I had to work on because summertime they would make my group work residential repair because there wasn't enough people in it to cover it. And summertime we're somewhat light in my career. But anyway, yeah, I go in. I said, "Is this your only phone?" And it was an old Weston Electric Bakelite handle rotary desk phone. And she says, "Yes." And I took it apart and said, "Sure enough, it's wired for first party." And I just moved one wire on the inside of the phone, and she was fine.
I used to call party lines when I was younger. Like they had party lines still. You could call a number and just like you guys were saying, like you go on, everyone just talks at once. So they still had them when I was a kid. But like I don't think they're probably just remnants of the older ones that somebody decided to make into a party line. I guess I'm assuming. I don't think there's any more. I don't think there are any more available. But
no, definitely not. But if you had one, they were always cheaper, and you never because it's a public utility and under state rate and federal regulations, the company could not raise your rate when they changed over everything to the single party. And by the way, we're talking on a party line right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. We are.
Yeah. I remember, I remember my grandmother's phone number, and it went by the alphabet. It never went by the 3 digits. Hers was GL76225. That, and it's 457 is what it really is, but it was GL7. Everybody, the first 3 digits were all, according to the alphabet.
No,
I don't think most people would know how to operate a rotary phone today. I've seen that on YouTube where they do that. They'll give kids today a rotary phone. They don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, true. That's true. I remember a rotary phone. I haven't seen a rotary phone in forever.
Ah, yes.
You give a kid a phone that's not touchscreen, they're not going to know what the fuck to do with it.
Nope.
Shit, they're gonna be like, "What am I supposed to do with this?"
What's that?
I still have 2 push button phones in the house that are what's called dry sets. They're not electronic. They're Weston, which went out of business. Oh God, back in the 80s, really, 80s, 90s, early 90s, and they both still work. But I'm on FiOS now, so everything in the house when I lose power, except for the fact I've got universal power systems on them, power supplies on them, I would lose everything: internet, TV, and phone. But back when I was on copper, everybody in the neighborhood would lose power. I'd still have phone.
Mm-hmm.
But not anymore. They force migrated me last November.
I'm so used to my my laptop I have right now because it's a touchscreen, and I have an older laptop that I use for editing and all that. And every time I'll catch myself pressing the screen on the old one because I'm so used to the one I'm using right now. I'm like, what? Why isn't it doing anything? Like, oh no, that's right. I actually got to use a mouse.
Well, that's like the comment that a Matrix just said about the paper maps. Like,
oh God, yeah.
I mean, I remember going to the AAA, and they would do a map tick for you. They would fill it out and show you exactly what roads to take. There was no, operating by, phone where the turn right, turn left, 300 feet. None of that.
You remember that Robin Williams routine he did about the first talking car?
Yes, that was funny.
Make a right now, because it was Mercedes.
Yeah.
Turn left now.
See, I don't remember. I didn't watch YouTube when it first came out. Like I think the first YouTube video I saw I don't remember how did I. Oh, I don't think I really started watching YouTube until Google bought them out. That's when I really started watching YouTube. I didn't really watch before Google bought them out. So when they merged, that's when I started watching. Because then I had a free account, and I didn't realize it was free at the time. So, like I said, I didn't know. Then I really got hooked. Then I just use it to watch music at first.
Yeah,
Then I thought
basically.
I watched stupid videos, and then I got pissed off because they started having ads, and the ads really pissed me off. And it seemed like when they first got ads, it seemed like there were a lot of ads on most of the videos. It seems like they've kind of gotten. There's not as many ads as there was. I remember years ago. It seems like they're kind of like limiting ads now, as opposed to when they first started. To me, at least, that's what it seems like. Maybe I'm wrong. Chad Vader was. I don't even know who the hell Chad Vader. Who the hell is Chad Vader?
Indeed.
No Name was crying a river over his buddy Josh. Speaking of No Name, from a very reliable rumor, No Name actually does not have any of the credentials to Josh's channel. He has no access to it whatsoever.
No, if he did, he would have been posting stuff on it already.
The only person that has access is Anna Banana, and when she got it, she changed the password. So No Name and there was someone else, No Name, and there was someone else who had. Oh, Chuck Bronson also had the credentials to it, but when Anna got it, she changed the password, and people were trying to tell her you need to check to see if there's any copyright strikes and any guideline violations on his channel so he doesn't get it taken away. And apparently, she's not very worried about any of that stuff. So his channel may be disappearing.
Oh, I hope
things are going on. So, but anyway, so there isn't going to be a whole lot of anything going on his channel because Anna Banana is the only one that has access to it, and she doesn't seem like she's very worried about uploading anything to it or taking care of the channel whatsoever. So yeah, I found that interesting. Got this from a reliable source last night actually.
Well, she's in charge of his money then.
She is in charge of his money.
Well,
and I think they've known each other for a few months and they've met maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
That's some trust. And she's married. That's a lot of trust for someone you don't know very well. I'm just saying.
that's
That'll
pretty
be like
dumb.
that would be like me saying, "Hey, Adam, here's the number to my bank account. Adam, just go ahead and do what you feel with it, bro. It's all good."
Yeah.
Wouldn't happen. Nothing against you, Adam. It wouldn't be anyway. I wouldn't do it for Carl either. Nothing against you, Carl. What's up, Nevada?
I'm trustworthy.
Right? That was, right? Power Wagon, that was genius, right?
Well, I have my best friend Carolyn. We grew up together. Our parents knew one another. She's on my bank account. She's on my will. She's executor of my will. All that. I wouldn't trust. I only have one sister, and I don't trust her as far as I can pick her up and throw her.
Mm-hmm.
But
have you guys noticed about an hour ago, 10th Man started a panel?
Oh, no. I can't stand 10th Man.
Yeah, well, listen to the title. Death Camps of Tolerance for Our Safety.
I know. But he started the first comment on his page was by him, and he says, "Who is all getting on the team, the train with me? I'm the smartest person on YouTube. Prove me wrong. I can't stand him. He's the most arrogant, self-centered, egotistical
You
person."
forgot condescending.
Oh, yeah, I forgot condescending. I mean, there's many. He thinks himself totally better than anyone, even the people that are on panel with him.
I did find it funny when he went on Brian's stream, the way he was talking about how you don't know who I am and you should know who I am and all this stuff. It's like, geez, okay. Wow, I didn't even know who the dude was. I mean, I've heard of the name, but I've never, I didn't bother to look it up or anything because it wasn't an interest of mine. So, but then I finally saw him. Yeah, see, that's why I have no idea who he is either.
I don't know where you are, no care, and I'm glad I don't.
Wouldn't it be good if Anna Banana was an advocate for battered women and compensated hot toast girl? Right? She gave him all the money. That would be hilarious. Joke's on you, Joshy. What's up, Joe?
Yeah, she's still got to be careful because there's things he can do if she absconds with it all.
True. Oh, I doubt she's going to do anything to his channel, but I think that's a problem too. I don't think she's going to check it. I don't think she's going to be responsible about his channel. She's just going to let it sit there.
No, that's a problem
Issue.
too because
Yeah, exactly.
If YouTube does another sweep and it's been quiet for so long.
Yep. So, especially with him being locked up for so long, if there's not a video released on his channel, his income's going to dry up. It's going to be a few months, but eventually he's going to get to making maybe 500 at most a month by the time 6 months roll around because he's not releasing any new content. And then YouTube does a sweep, like you said. Done and done.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see.
I would say he's pretty much screwed. Because I mean, once he gets prison, he then gets snatched up by Indiana, and that opens a whole new kettle of fish.
Yeah, he's got to deal with the Indiana charges still too. So he's
And
got
then his probation.
And his probation. He's probably not going to end. He's going to end. So basically, he can't come back and do his style of auditing because he can't get arrested again. So he's going to have to turn into Anselmo and just cave in and everything. Which he might as well not audit. So maybe he'll come out and just do panels.
He'll find Jesus. He'll come out and open a cult.
A cult. The cult of Josh.
Mm-hmm. Find the Lord. Find the Lord.
Oh God, that would be so horrible. That would be horrible. All right, well, Carl's going to be the first one. Carl's going to deflect over there, aren't you, Carl? You're going to become a part of the cult of Josh.
Yeah, I'll be the one. I'll be a mole.
Okay.
No, we'll get Taco as the mole. Taco will make a good mole. He'll make like a I love you Josh Abrams channel, and Josh will eat it up. Oh my God, someone loves me. And Taco will just go to work. We get May to do it too. May's like, I'm so tired of Kenny Klein and the way he treats you, Josh. Josh, you are a god, a Greek god. And he'll be like, oh my God, this is so awesome. And May can go over and take care of it.
Yeah,
what do you think, May?
was in court today over the misuse of the same thing Josh was charged with. Yeah, so he's gonna sue. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do that. Yada yada yada. I don't know. That boy needs help.
Yeah, he does. Absolutely.
I don't think even God can help him.
That's right, Carl.
Yeah, Carl B. his live stream shouting hallelujah. Awesome.
And by the way, don't laugh about me saying mole. My great grandmother was a golden mole.
Okay.
She was also Egyptian.
Ah, Egyptian.
No, wait a minute. My great grandfather was a golden mole.
Ooh, I see it, Noli. That is awesome. We could do that. That would be pretty cool.
There's quite a story behind that.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna bore you with that.
Still unscribed. Who's gonna unscribe? Vlad's gonna unscribe. God damn it, Vlad. No unscribing. Because if you unscribe, you'll cut off May's internet, and then May won't be able to mod for me anymore. Damn it, Vlad. When you go, there's two that go with you.
And then I'll have to bite you.
Exactly. Let's hit Carl on you. I don't know much about Pence, so I can't say if he was a good governor or not. I didn't really follow him, so I can't really comment on that.
He was.
That's okay.
The only governor that was better was Frank O'Bannon.
Okay.
Oh, the terrible.
Was Pence from Indiana?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Noli. I won't cut off his Wi-Fi.
His Wi-Fi.
All right, guys. Unless somebody else wants to come up here and talk about something, I'm gonna close up shop. I think.
Well,
I'll give people a chance. Oh, just as I said that, I think. Well, hold on. This might not actually be Nevaeh. Let's be on guard here for this. Hold on. Let's see how I do this. And make sure I do it fast enough.
I'm sharpening my teeth.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. Hi. I didn't come up here to blast anybody, but somebody brought up 10th Man. I thought it was interesting what somebody said in the chat. They were actually quoting some things that he said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
When he was on Brian's panel, he was in there and just being. I was in there. That's the first time I ever saw him, ever heard him. And
he's running a panel right now.
Definitely came off as very proud of himself.
He's narcissist.
Yeah, that's for sure. I was trying to be nice.
To the 10th degree, as a matter.
10th man. There you go.
So he was quoted as saying, "You don't have to be afraid of me. Be afraid of those who I know." Let me tell you a little bit about who 10th Man knows. 10th Man thought about putting himself out for public office and did make that attempt. And he was turned down flat by everyone. Everyone. He couldn't get one signature. So don't be afraid of who he knows, because they don't like him either. I'm just being honest.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, he came off as some big badass man over on Brian's channel, so you know.
Yeah, well, he tries to put himself out as that, and then he'll say, "You want me to do 2 weeks of 12-hour streams every day on you for the next 2 weeks?"
He did say that.
He does. He does it to everybody that disagrees with him. There's another thing too. Do you know who I am? Yeah. You're a pissant from Canada. What?
That's
the ultimate
auditor.
Who has every disability there is. He has PSD. He has facial, nerve damage. He has back, and I mean, and he doesn't work. He sits home all day long.
So when I asked him if he was going to run for office, he said, "Oh, I've already considered that." Come to find that he was turned down flat by everybody he asked to support him. Number 2, I said, "Why don't you target on YouTube? Why don't you target those in your area if you plan on going public? So you can target those that are more likely to get the message that you're trying to put out, because the United States can't vote for you."
Mm-hmm.
He didn't like that. No, didn't like that one bit. Cindy Renee thought I was saying to all Canadians to mind their own business, but it was specifically about him running for office. It wasn't about Canadians not coming to YouTube, because I think everybody has the ability to have a platform here if that's what they choose. But if they're running for office, they need to be targeting where they are, not where they wish they were.
Yeah,
And
their
it should
community.
mirror their political views and values too, because it could come on your ass. You say some stupid shit, and you're running for office.
Okay, so his ideas are that we're all going to be marched into trains by the hundreds like they did in Nazi Germany, and we're going to be carted off to these big fire pits and made to march into the fire and burn. He brings that up on every panel he goes on.
Wow, that's weird.
Well, at the moment, I wouldn't mind.
You wouldn't mind having a fire? Is it cold where you are?
Yeah.
It's like 60 some degrees here.
Well,
Don't be jealous. I'm sorry. I just had to come up and talk about that because I always get a bit of a giggle when somebody brings 10th Man's name up, and I start remembering all of this stuff that he says, right? And I've been watching 10th Man since like the beginning of the year. Here we are going into November, and he's still the same story. It's old. Nobody is buying that book. Seriously.
Yeah, Nevaeh, I remember him from Jeff's panel. That's where he first came into my view, was on Jeff's panel.
Yeah, he used Jeff to boost himself. And anybody else who had a following, he used to boost himself. It's 46 degrees here right now and getting ready to rain.
Oh, jeez.
So I have a question, and maybe you can answer, Nevaeh. Now, I hear all these people talking about this Lady Di. I have no clue who the hell this woman is.
Lady Di, 49, Diana.
No idea who it is.
Okay,
you're not missing much.
Well,
I didn't think so.
Okay, let's give Lady Di. Let's give Lady Di her just due. Okay, a little bit over.
Carl, can you mute your mic?
A little bit over a year ago, she was a totally different person. She was happy. She was go-lucky. She was pleasant. She laughed. She smiled. And something has happened to her since then, between then and now, that has turned her into a wretched individual, which nobody wants to like. We want to remember her the way she was. And every time we watch her of late, it tarnishes that memory. Now, I don't know if she had like mini strokes in her sleep or what happened to her, but there is something seriously wrong. And I think she feels a need to try and get a grasp on something that she feels she's losing. But if she would get back to what she was, if she could possibly do that, I think that more people would be more receptive to her. But right now, she's just a wretched individual.
Has anyone tried to bring that up to her? Is she receptive to even like talking about it, or?
Yeah, it's been actually brought to her attention on several occasions.
And she's just not receptive to it at all?
She's obsessed with the chat and calling everybody trolls and banning and blocking everyone and doesn't want to hear what anyone has to say, no matter how much sense they might make.
Okay, well, that's not. Well, some people get like that. I think what you're telling me, it reminds me of because Omaha comes on here and we try and talk some sense into him and it doesn't work. So I'm assuming the same people that go in, maybe not the same people, but people that go into her chat and try to talk some sense into her, she's just not hearing them at all. Sort of like the same sort of thing.
Actually, she doesn't even allow them to speak.
Oh, wow, that's bad. Okay.
As soon as they say hello in her chat, she blocks them. That's one of the reasons Emo couldn't keep her on his channel, because she was killing his viewership. He used to get like 100 people in his streams.
Mm-hmm.
And she took it over and he was getting like maybe 15, 18 people. And a lot of us actually had conversations with him about it. And he finally looked at it in a sense of monetization and saw how much money he felt that he was losing by letting her run his channel, especially while he was away. Because we don't go to Emo's channel to see anybody but Emo, right? And the people that were going there to see emo were being greeted by Lady Di and a band. And he was losing money over it.
Yeah.
Now, it's not to say that they aren't still friends. They just have creative differences, is what I call it.
Right. I got you.
Okay, so I would never say that they aren't friends. I would never say they had a fight. I would never say that they broke up like a lot of people are saying. I think they have a valuable relationship between the two of them, but they have creative differences that aren't working for them. And you know.
No, I don't think that's what it is. I just think it's people stopped going to the channel because they knew they were going to get blocked just for coming in to say hi to emo or whatever, you know? I think that's what she's getting at.
Well, that's why we ended up going over to the Drama Dome. Because the Drama Dome was streaming it. We could chat. We could interact with each other. We could make comments about what we were hearing, if there was anything to hear. Because it got to the point where there was nothing to hear. It was a mortuary. No conversation, no content. And I talked to Emo about this several times, and others did as well. Like, you know, maybe just come on a live stream every other day and make a video to upload in between. And when you come back to do a live, have some content to discuss. Have some topics you're interested in and hearing different ideas about. So these are the conversations we had with Justin, and he would hear them, but she would knock them down. And as soon as she knocked him down, there was no. Now he's taking it on, and he's trying to take it in a different direction. And I think it's working for him better than he thought. Now he doesn't have the 100 people in there every day like he used to have. That's going to take some time because people lost a lot of trust.
What's up, Chief? Now I personally don't watch emo. I just can't get through any of the streams or anything like that personally. But I know a lot of people do, and they like him, or they're waiting just to see his ranting or whatever. What for whatever reason you watch emo. There are people that watch him because I hear his name brought up a lot. I've been asked to do a video on emo. I just can't get through a video to do a video on him.
Right.
So that's the reason I don't do it. And
yeah. Well,
so
Gary has fun with it.
Yeah.
He takes little bits and pieces that kind of catch his ear, and then he'll put something together real quick, and he's good at it. Shithead, to answer your question, if there are an excessive number of people who are blocked or banned and they stop coming to your channel, which is monetized, yes, it does hurt your monetization. You will suffer on the income. Yes. So
yeah.
Hopefully he'll get it back together. He's trying.
Well, if he does, great. I mean, I don't want to. There's only a few people that I would wish not success to on YouTube. For most part, I think everyone else should. I think it's going to do good.
I can actually.
You relate to that? Yeah.
I can think of a few of those.
Yeah, exactly. You think of a few that
I get trolled really bad.
Now, do you do content yourself?
I have fish. I'm a fish keeper. This is what I'm a fish keeper. I don't get it. I mean, because I do have opinions and I do speak on panels sometimes. There are certain people, like I get trolled because of the way that I speak. My voice. Just my voice.
There's nothing wrong with it. Okay, that's weird.
That is weird, right?
That's
so
very
I get
weird.
Balance trolls me for that. He goes, "You have to talk this way. It has to be perfect." I'm like, look, I've spoken this way all my life. Why should I change it up for you?
Yeah, don't change.
I'm like, come on, give me a break. Isn't there something better you can come at me for? But yeah, and then I get trolled about my fish.
What kind of fish you got?
I've got some live bearers, some tetras, some cichlids, African and American cichlids.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
I had some tetras. And then we got one of these reed fish. They look kind of like eels. And every day there'd be one or two tetras missing. Couldn't figure out what was happening to them. Coming to find out, the reed fish was eating them.
Yeah.
We didn't realize that.
And anything that will fit in a fish's mouth, they consider food, including their own babies.
Yeah.
I mean, right now,
but then the angelfish punked the shit out of that reed fish. The angelfish actually made the reed fish jump out of the aquarium. We woke up one morning, and the reed fish was just stiff as a board, dead. Couldn't figure out why it ran out. But then we talked to like the aquarium's like, oh yeah, angelfish are pretty freaking territorial. Probably
they
punked the shit out of
are,
that reed fish. Yeah, so
especially if you have a pair that are like in breeding mode, if they're spawning, they'll run everything out. They'll maintain their territory. They'll run everything out of their territory, and if it's not big enough, they'll get rid of all your fish. They can be very aggressive, angelfish. They're pretty unique cichlids. I don't personally have them. I have a pair of blood parrots and a bunch of convicts because I had one pair of convicts that have had 2 broods. I have a bunch of mollies. I started out with like 7 mollies. Now I've got 20 adults and a bunch of babies. What's harder to breed, which I don't care because I'm not trying to breed them, are the white skirt tetras. They have to have specific conditions to lay eggs. And I've got a pair of rainbow cichlids. They're from South America. And I bought 5 African cichlids, and it turned out one of them was a girl. So I've got 40 more of them. And 2 of the 5 that I bought were killed by other fish.
Oh, that sucks.
So I'm down to 3 plus, and I also have a hap. But I've got my African cichlid males in separate tanks, the adults, and I have the hap in a 75 with one of them, and I have to put him in a timeout net every other day.
I had a Jack Dempsey at one point.
Actually, I've got 4 of those right now. I did have one initially, and he jumped tank. I get trolled about that, believe it or not. He was my favorite fish, and he jumped tank one night.
That sucks.
And yeah, it does, because like he was very personable. So I bought 3, but they gave me an extra one, so I have 4, and I think I have 1 pair out of the 4, and they're in a grow out tank right now, and I've got lids on everything.
Nice. Yeah, my uncle has a lot of these Oscars. Oh, and they are freaking huge.
My Oscar was killed by another fish too. I had a beautiful albino tiger Oscar, and it was killed by this other fish.
Huge too.
Yeah, but they're not as mean as people say.
No,
they're slow swimmers. They will lay at the bottom of the tank if they get picked on, and they'll just lay there and let the other fish beat them up.
Yeah.
So that's what happened to him.
Oh, you know what I want that I'll probably never get? I want a grouper. I want a pet grouper. That's what I want.
You need a real big tank for one of those, and you can only keep one, and that's the only fish that you can keep in that tank.
Yeah, because they'll eat anything else.
Yeah, and they've got huge mouths. They'll just vacuum everything in your tank.
Absolutely. Groupers. They're cool looking fish though, you know?
Oh yeah. Until they get like the size of your tank and you don't have anywhere to put them.
Well, no, now with most fish, they don't grow bigger than their environment.
Okay, let me explain that to you. Don't ever believe when somebody tells you that. They may be stunted by their confinement, but their organs continue to grow and they end up getting sick and dying.
Oh, damn, that sucks. Okay.
So I've got 7 tanks.
You do know that those things in the right species can grow to the size of a VW bug.
Yeah, the Goliath groupers. Yep.
Oh, yeah, I've seen a couple.
Yeah.
Up close.
Most definitely.
It's interesting to watch the attacks that you on YouTube and see grouper attacks all the time. There's this one I saw where this guy caught this fish. He was spearfishing. Grouper came right up, took the fish right off the spear, and ran off. I'm like, damn, that's fucking savage.
They'll get big enough to grab your arm too.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they're protected federally, and you can't fish for them. And believe me, the spear fishermen in Florida have been screaming at the fisheries bureaus to get that changed so they can harvest a few of them, because they will eat out an entire area.
Oh yeah.
That's the reason they're, well, number one, they're protected, and the second is that they will, if they get loose in your environment, they will highly impact your environment. Now, I can have piranha in
Really?
Tennessee, but not one state around me can legally own piranha.
Damn.
Just
I wouldn't
Tennessee.
mind having a piranha. Now, with
Oh,
piranhas, you get more than one piranha, right?
if you get piranha, you need to have a school of them, which is 6 or more.
Okay.
You have to have a huge tank for them, and they're boring as hell.
But
They
this
are boring.
Until you put
say you have a
something in the
piranha.
tank.
Exactly.
Right.
Feed them. The feeding time's always fun.
Okay, so what are you going to feed them?
Goldfish.
Oh, okay. You think one goldfish is going to satisfy 6 or 7 piranha?
Oh no, that's why. Yeah, it's gonna get expensive. I get it. It'll be expensive, but just look at it. Won't the enjoyment from watching them eat more than make up for the cost?
Watch YouTube videos instead of getting piranhas.
Okay, I can do that too.
Yeah.
Also read a thing that there are people that swim with piranha that actually don't get bit. They're not nearly as ferocious as they're made out to be too. They kind of get a bad rap. That's what I hear, at least. I don't know how true that is.
Well, okay. So if you have a cut that's bleeding, you haven't got a hope in hell.
Okay, there we go. So if they smell blood, you're fucked.
Yeah, pretty much like a shark.
Oh, gee.
Okay.
Now, if you want something, if you want something that looks like a piranha, get a pacu. Pacu are basically the same thing as a piranha, with an exception. Their teeth are like human teeth.
Oh, okay.
Piranhas are like razor sharp teeth. A pacu they've got a strong bite, don't get me wrong. But if they ever bite you, it looks like a human bite.
Oh, wow, okay.
If you go look it up on Google and look at the pictures of their mouths, you will be amazed. But a pacu is basically a piranha. It's a cousin to a piranha, different set of teeth, different set of habits, still a boring fish.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not something I would want to own.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I do a lot of research on fish.
Now, you can't have barracudas either, right?
Why would you want one? It's full of worms and they bite.
Well, yeah, just don't put your hand down there and get bit.
Well,
by the barracuda.
they're salt water to begin with. If you want,
those are harder aquariums to deal with. Yeah, saltwater.
If you want a nice fish that it's a very unique fish and you have a place to keep it, because they do get quite big, so you'll end up having to put them in a good sized pool, is an alligator gar.
Ooh, never heard of it, but it sounds interesting because it's got alligators, so I like that.
And they look like an alligator, but they are a fish. They are unique feeders. You can actually hand feed them.
Wow.
But and you can raise them from babies, but keep in mind they can get like 3 feet long. And what are you going to keep them in when they get that big?
Yeah, that's true.
And you can actually catch them in the wild.
Oh wow, okay.
They're all over Florida. You can catch them in the freshwater in Florida. There's what they call Mayan cichlids that are in Florida waters. If you catch them, you're not supposed to release them. There are what's the other one? Midas cichlids are in the waters in Florida as well. I'd love to go down there and go netting and bring some free fish home that are already full size. Midas, and there's also Oscars in the waters, in the fresh waters in Florida.
Really?
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of freshwater fish in Florida that you can keep in an aquarium.
Now, I thought Oscars were native to like South America or
South
China.
America.
Yeah.
South America. They have actually been set loose by irresponsible owners that don't know what to do with them anymore. So they have populated the waters of their areas. They wouldn't survive in northern states, but they do survive in subtropical areas.
So are they pretty much like taking over the environments they're in? I would assume they would.
I haven't heard that they're making a huge impact on the environment, but they are available if you go fish. A lot of people catch them and catch, cook, and eat.
Because I know there's I think here where I'm at in the rivers, like there's I think it was pikes got released into the wild. They like ended up taking over the waterways here in certain rivers.
In the north?
I'm California.
Okay, so you go from California north, and there's a lot of pike. You go up towards Canada, there's a lot more pike.
Yeah, but they got released into our rivers, and they take it over.
They can survive in colder temperatures than the subtropical and tropical fish. So they have pikes all over the United States, but they tend to get bigger for some reason the further north you go.
Okay.
I'm not sure why that is.
Interesting. You know, I was thinking about this, like, because a lot of the aquariums you see have a lot of, you know, like Asian fish, you know, fish from Japan, because those are some really, really beautiful fish they have up there, right? But what I want to do is I want to get like a freshwater tank with the fish from the Americas, you know, be a little different.
All right. So, well, there's plenty of fish you can get that are from what we call them. We call American fish, and that could be either North or South America or Central America. Like I said, there's Mayan cichlids all over the freshwater in Florida, and they're awesome looking fish. But if you catch them, you can't set them loose once you catch them. They're called an invasive species.
Yes, Nick. Goldfish get huge when you just release them in the wild. They get freaking massive.
Well, you know what do you know what a goldfish is?
No.
It's a carp.
Okay, well there you go.
It's a species of carp. The comet goldfish, the common goldfish, and koi. They're all carp species.
Okay. Well, there you go. You learn something new every day.
Well, yeah. That's the purpose.
Right? Absolutely.
I mean, if you're not learning, why are you here?
Good point.
But yeah, but I'm just
Carl, what are you here for then? You're not learning, Carl. What are you here for then?
Oh my gosh. But see, I'm just a fish keeper, so this is why I don't understand why somebody would come at me. But I do get a lot of information, and I do read a lot, and I do listen a lot, and I do watch a lot, and sometimes I comment, and people don't like it when I comment.
You know,
it is what it is.
Yeah, everyone's entitled to their opinion, and you know, like that's just the way that one is. Just, you know, obviously you don't let it bother you that much, so you know, which is good.
Just get a goat.
Well, I actually today, I mean, I've been warning one person specifically to just leave me alone because I have some information. And I've been saying, just leave me alone, let it go, let it just let people forget about it because I have this information. And if you don't leave it alone, I'm going to put it out there. So I've been saying that for like 2.5, 3 weeks now. And every chat I go into, I get blasted. And so today I dropped the video and it shut them up in the chat immediately.
There you go.
Immediately. I am not kidding you. It came to a total silence out of any of them. Now I've actually gone back since I posted it. Some people have seen it. But I've gone back and it's now privatized. And I will put it unlisted for anybody who wants the link to watch it, but it will not go back on public.
So Randy, did you do any scuba diving?
When?
I don't know, just
ever? No,
yeah.
No, I've never gone scuba diving. I was always a free swimmer.
Okay. Interesting.
Mask, snorkel, and fins.
Yep. Bare feet and hold your breath.
Forget all that extra crap. Just go do what you do.
Yeah, but a set of fins makes you more maneuverable.
It does. And when I was younger, they used to call me a fish because I could disappear into the water for like 2 minutes and they would be wondering what happened to me.
Oh, wow.
You know, and they had no idea where I would come up. But I was always a very good swimmer.
Right on.
Yeah, I used to go 50-yard one side of the pool to the other underwater.
Underwater, yep.
Yeah, of course I had fins.
I did it without fins. I did it without fins.
I did it without fins.
You were all huffing and puffing when I came back up, but I did it.
Well, you're definitely happy to get above the water and take your breath.
Mhm.
But
Absolutely.
the trick to that is first being able to hold your breath
Mhm.
and then knowing how much to let out at a time for your distance.
It's just funny. I never did that. I never let any out. I just held it the whole freaking time.
Yeah,
Maybe that was
that's
my issue. Yeah.
you let out a little bit at a time. You want to keep enough to last you to
Mhm.
your distance, but if you hold your breath the entire time, you're actually putting more stress on your body than if you let out a few bubbles at a time for your distance.
Let's see. I wish I would have known that then. I
Yeah,
did not
so
know that then.
it's all good.
No,
I'm old.
man,
I'm too old now to do all that.
I
What are you
can
gonna say,
def-
Carl?
I can definitely say, please do not change your voice.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I love it.
A lot of people do, and I think that's why I get trolled for it. I'm serious. That's
I
just
think,
odd to me.
yeah, it
And
is.
so the other thing that I like to make a point of, because I speak the way that I speak, people don't understand, or even can they tell that I don't have teeth in my mouth.
No,
All
can't.
my teeth were fractured.
Oh,
So yeah, so I lost my teeth because of that, not because they rotted out by any means. But I've always spoken very properly for some reason. My dad was a stickler. So
Mm.
when I lost my teeth when they were fractured and I had to have the pieces pulled, I maintained my speech.
Well, good.
I
That's awesome.
refuse to get lazy with it because I don't think it's necessary just because you don't have teeth to help you pronounce. I don't
Mm.
think that you should be lazy with it. I think you should even try harder, right?
Yeah.
To make sure. But that's just me. I'm a perfectionist.
Mhm.
Well, I for one love your voice.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Maybe Brian can learn a thing or two from you, huh?
Brian takes too many pills and drinks too much booze.
Yeah, that would definitely
So
not help.
yeah, so that does make a difference. I don't do drugs and I don't drink.
True.
So
There you
Me
go.
either.
anyway, I only really came up here to talk about 10th Man for a minute. But it's been lovely having this conversation with you guys. Besides, you needed something to break up all this testosterone up here.
Yeah, well, Mrs. J's here, but she's been really super quiet.
She has been, hasn't she?
Yes. I don't know if she's even listening. Oh, there she is.
Get a goat.
I mean, if you can't actually get that voice out there, it doesn't count. So let's hear you.
Oh, I've just been listening.
It's all good.
Yeah, I just get a go. I have 89 subscribers,
Uh-huh.
and I figured if I could figure out how to do live stream again when I reach 100, I'll do a live stream.
Why do you have to wait till you reach
Yeah,
100?
you can do
Yeah.
live stream on StreamYard.
You can StreamYards.
I forgot how. It's so sad.
Well,
But in
they've
streaming,
actually
yeah, it's easy.
StreamYards actually did a couple of updates in the last few months. So there was a few changes, but not any to make a huge difference.
Well, I've only done it once before, so that's
Well, you can do
probably
it
the
again.
reason why.
Do it again. Get people in your room, and
I wanted to
if,
do it today. We like to we'd like to go out and pick up dinner and eat out of the house because I'm stuck in the house all the time. We went to an old bridge that's over one of the local creeks, and while we were down there, what is it called? Was it the DEC or the?
Yeah, I think it was the DEC.
Was it the DEC? They came down to release some fishies. They had these three huge trucks with these huge tanks, and they were releasing rainbow trout. And I want to do a live stream, and I couldn't figure out how to do it.
Just go to StreamYard.com All you need is your email address, and then they'll send you the link code, and you can just start your stream that way. It's real easy, super easy.
The option is to go ahead and make a static video and then post it up on your channel.
Yep.
Yeah,
You
I
don't
was
have
gonna
to
do that.
And so to go live, when you do go live, if you have something to offer and people really appreciate it, they're going to subscribe if they're not already.
They want me to do my goats live. The problem with that is where the goats are. It's hard to explain. It's down from the house where the modem is, and I can't use my phone. Signal is off. I have a
Okay.
200-foot long metal indoor arena, and it kills my signal.
Okay, so just
my
listen.
my last live stream sucked.
Yeah, so don't think about live streaming. Think about just doing a video and upload
Oh,
it.
I have tons of videos. I have tons of
Well,
videos.
so live
do one
streaming
of
can
everything.
come later. I don't know what kind of service you have on your phone, but I can pretty much go anywhere on mine. I've got Verizon.
I have Verizon, but it's the building. It's the metal building that prevents
Yeah,
the
that
signal from getting out.
That will definitely do it. So, do you have a
Yeah,
booster
buddy?
outside? You know what a booster is?
No. Yeah,
Okay, so you can run a
I'm
booster.
thinking of getting a booster because I've found a lot of I've had a lot of people ask me, which is really bizarre because these are like this community's people, but they're asking me to live stream the goats, like do 24-hour live streams. And
Oh,
I'm like,
okay.
okay. So I checked into it, and yeah, there's a lot of people that do 24-hour live streams of their goats, and they have a lot of viewers. So I'm gonna have to work on getting a camera set up out there.
Yeah, so you can actually set up what's called an internet cam, and you can run it through your router, but your router signal has to be able to get out to where the camera is. So that means you have to run a switch or a booster outside the building from the router so your camera can get a signal from it.
Yeah, also you can use third-party apps to do streaming too if you don't have the 100 or whatever the subscribers you need to do the live stream.
Yeah, but she has to have the signal. That's the issue.
Yeah, that signal. Try a signal booster.
So a booster would actually give her an extended signal from the building that blocks her signal. Or a switch. We call them switches.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You can make it work, but don't be in a rush to do it. If you're happy to do your static videos and you happen to come up with some really good content with your ghosts, like births and stuff like that, because I know that happens a couple of times a year. And well, not necessarily a couple of times a year. Ideally, it's in January, February. But if you don't, maintain your schedule on your goats, it could be anytime. Anyway, those kind of things people are actually interested in watching. And if static is what you have, then static is what you do, and you try to catch the best moments and put the best moments out there for people to see until you can do something different. It's all good.
Yeah. Just keep doing the static videos until you can figure it out. You'll get the hang of it. And once you figure it out, then you can start doing live, and you'll promote the lives, and build the audience. And that way, when you do go live, you'll have like 200, 300 people in there.
And the other thing is when you do static videos and you post them and people watch them, that's increasing your watch hours, even if they're not live. You're still getting watch hours.
I'm getting a lot of watch hours. I'm shocked at how they've really people love them, and the comments. I'm getting tons of comments, Tons of likes. I have one disliker, and I think that's Omaha.
Yeah.
Well, Omaha's got some growing up to do. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the kid. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with the kid. He's young. He hasn't really developed mature ideas yet. He has
He's
some
an
growing up.
asset.
He's
How many,
got some growing up to do.
how many watch hours you got so
Well,
far with
he
it, Jay?
threatened me. He threatened me once, and ever since then, he's been on my shit list, and I doubt he's ever going to get off my shit list. So I
He's
don't
on
I
my
don't like
bite
being
list.
threatened. Bite list.
How many watch
Okay,
hours you have so far?
Huh?
How many watch hours you got?
2,000, I think.
Oh, pretty good.
that's
Wow.
half of what you need to go live on YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you got to have your subscribers, right?
Yeah, I know.
The
Gotta
watch
get
hour
1,000 subs.
the watch
Mhm.
hours is really easy to get. And don't forget, like within a year, if you don't get 1,000 subs within a year, you're gonna have to redo your 4,000 watch hours.
I
But it's
know. Gotta
still easy to
start
do.
over again. Well,
Yeah.
and you want to know, I've got little short videos that are less than a minute that, like, I've got one that has 1,300 views. It's just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you,
People love
May.
animals. People love animals.
Yeah.
I
May loves
watch
my goats.
I watch this one channel. It's called Fanatic, and it's a kid. He's not even 18 years old yet, and he put his little mini pig on I think it was Instagram or something, or TikTok. He got 7 million views on that one video for that pig. 7 million views.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane.
It is.
All right, guys. I think I'm gonna cut this one short. It's been
Yep,
a lot of
time for
fun,
me to go
though.
too. Thanks for letting me up. I appreciate it. I've enjoyed the conversation.
Thank you. Anytime you want to come up, you're more than welcome to.
Appreciate that. You all have a good evening.
You too.
You too.
All right. Bye
So
bye.
give everyone a chance to
Bye.
have something last minute to say. Diver, you got anything last minute to say?
Oh, I already had my last minute
Yep.
say. That was a bye bye. You all have a great evening. Thank you
You too.
so much.
You
Bye bye.
too.
Diver, you got anything last minute to say? Okay. Mrs. J?
No, not much. Just thank you. Oh, there's Diver. He came back.
All right.
Bet you he
Anything
fell
last minute
asleep.
to say, Diver?
I can barely hear you.
You got anything last minute to say?
Oh, the usual. Reality bites, and I just got to outrun you.
Mhm. Carl, you got anything last minute?
Get
Actually,
out on call.
I'm the one who bites. And
Love you, Carl. Thanks, Kenny. Good night,
love you
everybody.
too. Good night. Oh, think plot test. I took one of those once.
Mm-hmm.
They were all
Yep.
acorns.
Yeah, we took it, and it went all right. It was fun. We were all deranged, so that worked out. I think it fit perfectly. All right.
Exactly.
All right, guys. All right, guys. Thanks, everyone. May, thank you. Pat, thank you. Jarhead. CFW, if you're still around, thank you. Randy, thank you, sir. Power Wagon, you're ear hustling. Thank you. Coachella, thank you, sir. Nick, whoever else is around, just here ear hustling. Thank you for joining. It's been a lot of fun. I hope you come
Jimmy,
back.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Is a comfort doll anywhere?
Is what?
Comfort doll around.
I don't see her.
Oh shoot.
Well,
Well,
CFW, what's your email so I can email you about the show? Because we're gonna have to switch it to Sunday, not Saturday, because I actually have something came up. I have something to do. If you could put your email in the chat, and I could email you, and we could like shore up the details of the interview thing we're gonna do. I don't have your email, so But while we're waiting on that, just thank you, everyone. And if you're ear hustling, please make sure you guys hit that like button. And if you have yet to subscribe, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe to Mrs. J too, Mrs. Jarhead. She has goats. And if you have yet to subscribe to Lavender Mexican, please do. She's got some good content that's going to be coming out. So make sure you guys subscribe to all those people. And if you're a gamer, you're looking for some games, subscribe to Taco Josh. Give him a shot. Pretty good. All right, cool. Thank you. I will email you. Oh, I get it though. Do I need the O? Or is it just WRTH? Yep. Okay, I need the O. Okay, fair enough. All right. Great. All right, guys. Thank you, everyone. And please, like I said, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And check out CFW. She got some good content later on this week. We are going to be having another audit. The audit. She's going to come in, and we are going to take a look at one of her videos and critique it, and a small little interview. So it should be a lot of fun. I'll let you more know once we shore up the details of that. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. All right. Peace.